What's up, you guys? It is ZacJacDan here with another live stream. We are live stream number 5 here with my son, Zack Legend, and our buddy, ManCave Collectible Reviews. That's about the best toy room tour we got there in the background we're going to get from this guy. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's scared to show his room off for some reason.
It's ever changing.
Mason Climax, what's up, bud? So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to come over there and actually just like tour the room myself.
Maybe you should come do the ManCave Collectible.
I'll just kind of do an interview with you while I'm touring the room myself or something.
Yeah, look, I'm down with that. Let's do it.
So we talked about the other day. Zach and I are coming over to the house, and you said you wanted to try to move your Motu up to where you got your turtles and move your turtles down.
Yeah. Well,
we thought about maybe trying to do that on a live stream and see how that would turn out maybe for us. What you guys think about that?
Yeah. Well, you know,
Tech, what's up?
My movie stuff don't have a whole lot of, NECA just hadn't done a ton of movie figures. So I've got that entire shelf up there with like, maybe like 11 figures on it.
Just the movie ones?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because, I got the NECAs under it. So...
Well, you're going to have your Danny Pennington you get to put up there.
Yeah, that's true. I will get that in the summertime. Yep.
So what's been up? Do you guys have anything going on this week? Zach, I know you've been struggling with something this week, hadn't you?
What, the ThunderCats booster pack?
Yeah. Did you get your booster pack yet?
I got it, and I thought about doing a video kind of showing what you do with it, but
yeah,
now that I'm hearing Zach struggling with it,
I was almost done with it in the process. I saved the hardest part for last. And
what's that? What's the hardest part?
Panther shorts. They're insane. So
that's the one I was a little nervous about.
Yeah,
you should be. You should be.
Did you get it fixed?
It's I don't know.
It's on there. It took about 2 hours?
Say what?
Yeah.
It was basically what we had to do was it was a lot of heat, and then we popped the legs off. And let's just say they didn't really go back on there that well. So sort of
I might just roll with the pants he's got on.
Honestly, I don't know if it really matters that much. I sort of prefer the other ones. I don't know. It's
Those are darker than the rest of the blue, right? But that I'm guessing that's screen accurate to have the darker undies.
Yeah.
So they suggest supposedly that you can slip the shorts off over top of the legs, and I could not get it done. So I ended up popping the legs off, and when we go to put them back on there, Zach's like, "Wait a minute, these holes are tiny. We can't get these legs back in here."
Right.
So I did dry heat. I did wet heat. I tried to heat both, which was not a good idea. You don't heat the peg and the hole. You have to just heat one or the other.
Right.
So don't ever heat both. That actually messed up that peg pretty bad.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, I was pretty frustrated.
I got you, yeah. I think you're supposed to technically heat the peg hole.
Yes.
And you leave the peg alone, and then as soon as you get it on, you stick it in a freezer or you run as cold of water as you can get on it or whatever.
That was our mistake, because we heated both. And caused some damage.
I got you.
So it's done. I think the light blue still looks fine on it. So whether or not anybody really wants to do it, that's going to be up to you guys, because it was really a pain. There's your light blue versus your dark blue.
Difference in the colors.
Let me grab the light. Let's see what he looks like with it on it. Let's see here. All right, so there it is with the light blue, and there's the. Yeah, man, if it was that much trouble, I'm going to stick with what I got right here.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Because if you look, I don't know if you can probably see this, but got beat up. That's the old one, trying to get that off.
Holy smokes.
So, yeah, I had to like take a tiny little screwdriver like for glasses and try to like stick it down in there and just work it out. And I was scared to death. I'm just going to sit there and cut the legs up on him while I was doing it. So it's not easy. It would have been a lot easier if the torso itself would pop off.
Oh yeah.
How about the The neck piece probably for Jackal was probably easy.
Oh,
as
yeah.
pie, right?
That was just a popping off the head and slipping the harness off. So there's that.
Oh, that looks 10 times better.
And again, to me, it could have gone either way. I could have gone with it with the original or that. But I'm glad Super 7 took the courtesy to send it out to us all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's good.
All right, I'm going to say hey to some guys in the chat here: Tomas, Pinkleton, Jacob. No, we're not showing any new legends yet, Jacob. We don't know of any new announcements yet. Ad Sombra, hello. Yeah, he likes your color combo better with the lighter shorts.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, Tomas. I'm liking the lighter, and after that little story, I think that pretty much answered my question.
Yeah.
So how many people have you seen out there that did it, Zach? You went and looked, I'm assuming.
That's changed it?
Yeah, YouTubers, whatever.
I have no idea. I just know I saw Toy Bro do it, and he popped the legs off.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He said it was hard, but I don't know if he was just understating, how hard it was, but it was not too easy. Here's the other.
Super 7 sends him a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So he's probably not going to bash it too much. He's probably not going to give you the.
Probably not. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, they send him. I mean, he gets the waves like a month before we do. So I can't say that they send them to him, but he sure seems to get them long before we do somehow. So I'm sure when you got that hook up, you're not going to go bashing stuff.
So speaking of Hook, Pinkleton's asking who remembers the 91 Hook action figures. And I'm assuming you're talking about like the Robin Williams, what do you call that? What was that show?
Well, Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
Yeah, it was Hook. Yeah, I actually seen one the other day. Can't remember if it was Instagram or what. I seen one of them here recently.
So I love that movie. It was a great movie. But I don't recall any of the action figures.
What's Jacob talking about? Excited for the new ones?
He's talking about the Legends. He was talking about Legends, I think.
Oh, the new Legends. Okay, I thought he meant the new Hook figures. I'm like, I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, we'll get some new reveals. April 9th?
April 9th.
April 9th is the HasCon or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever they're going to call it. They didn't call it that this year.
No. But
So anyway, like I said, guys, every week I do this and I show off that I did a top 10 best toy reveals of the week. So we're going to kind of flow through some of those reveals this week and just see what we think about it. Just throw in the chat what y'all think about them as we go through them. And as we get through this and get some more guys in the chat with us, we will jump into the discussion of our Snyder Cut Justice League, which we all three have watched all the way through and thoroughly enjoyed, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then ManCave, have you seen the first episode of the Falcon Winter Soldier yet?
I have seen that.
So we will discuss that as well.
So are we putting out spoiler warning here?
We definitely will, when we get to that point, definitely have to put out a spoiler warning. So if you have not seen the Snyder Cut and if you have not seen the episode 1 of Falcon Winter Soldier, when we get to that, we will tell you and let you guys know.
That don't mean leave the live stream. That just means listen to the spoilers.
Listen to the spoilers. Yeah.
Well, let me think about it for a second. I mean, if you watch the trailer for either one of them, what truly was there that spoiled anything? A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Definitely.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, like I said, get out there. If you guys hadn't seen after this live stream, check out my top 10. If you agree with my top 10, let me know, because I always like to hear you guys in the comments of what you think the best of the week was for the action figures as well. But here we go with some of the reveals for the week. So Bandai is going to be doing some of the Warhammer stuff. So we knew McFarlane had been doing it. But Bandai's going to tip their toes into it as well. And, to me, this looks just like the McFarlane. I'm not sure what scale this Bandai is going to be compared to the 7-inch McFarlane. But it looks good.
Bandai's typically on a 6-inch scale that runs small.
Okay.
SH Fig Arts, this is probably not an SH Fig Arts. It's just that Bandai line they do that we see in like Walmarts and Targets and stuff like that, I'm guessing. But that stuff typically runs on like a smaller 6-inch scale.
Yeah. It'd be cool to get something else out there because, the McFarlane stuff is pretty large. So if you can get something on a different scale,
Yeah. I can't say that I like this more than McFarlane, though.
No?
No. If anything, it's about the same.
Yeah, I would say that.
Looks like a Horde Trooper.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to buy a couple of them, put them over here with General Sundar.
You need a Horde Trooper. You passed up one.
I know I did.
Golly. Yeah.
So, Jake, did you see Jacob over here? Do you guys pre-order your Mastro Marvel Legend?
So I said yes in the chat to him already, but
oh, you did. Okay, I missed that.
I ordered. Did you order it? Because I don't know that that's going to fit in with your stuff.
I did. And I think it's awesome looking. I don't like the boots.
Then
well, there's not boots.
I mean, I don't like the feet. I want the boots.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not big on that. If I like him, I think he's cool looking, but I wish he'd have been a little more accurate to the comic books. For the most part, you see him with the boots.
Oh, definitely.
Yep.
You know, I don't know why they kind of cheaped out on us there.
And
at one time, Zach, didn't they say something to the effect of that it was going to be a $50 figure?
Yeah.
And with that, you know, we had talked about why not go ahead and do a $50 figure and give us like all the accessories of him defeating the heroes and whatnot, and boots.
I think that's what we wanted, but
for $50, we should get a throne.
Exactly.
Oh, that too.
With like Iron Man's helmet on it and Captain America's shield. It should be like a diorama.
Totally. I would love that.
I would have liked that for Maestro and for Thanos.
Yeah. Thanos. I'd have paid $50 for a Thanos on throne. I think that would have been cool.
Totally.
Jerry Sabrone's thinking the same way we were. Looks like a Horde Trooper.
Skipped a couple here. Yeah, I'd love to see some more Titans characters, Jacob, in the McFarlane. The only McFarlane we have is the Cyborg from the Titan show. For them to do a Trigon, heck yeah, I'd love to see that. Now, speaking of that, Zach, do you think that they would jump in? Do you think he's got the ability to jump into the DC streaming service stuff for the Titans?
I mean, I don't know. It depends on what license they have.
Would you want to see that? I didn't technically like the way that Trigon looked.
No, I didn't really like Trigon that much either, but I don't know. It wouldn't be something I'd care for, but maybe some. I mean, some people might. So I'd rather see in general for Teen Titans just comic accurate Teen Titans first. But
yeah,
totally. But yeah, there's a lot of great options there too.
Well, I mean, you know, besides this first time, well, let's see, they did the two Wonder Womans from the 1980 movie, and then now they've done the Justice League stuff. The only other time they did anything live action was in the very first wave. They did the Arrow.
Yep,
and that's it. Hey, what's up, Wesley? All right, so next, I don't know if you remember the Centurions or not, but they're getting some Centurions. Raymond Toys is building some of the 1980 Centurions figures.
I don't really remember that.
So I had one of them. I'll show you which one it is. I can't tell right here because they're not in color. I had this one right here on the left.
What year was that?
85 probably. It came out. But basically you have all these little pieces that can peg into all those little holes on the arms and legs, so you can have all these different weapons and accessories that can go on there.
Yeah.
And then I got the helmet that goes on top of it as well. I didn't technically like it. I had one toy, like I said. There's a lot of stuff I had just one toy of for collections.
I was the same way.
And, you know, whenever I get them, I'm like, why do I have this? I didn't even watch the cartoon. So what's up with this? I don't know.
What's up, Wesley?
Trigon was a collect and connect. I like that collect and connect back in the DC Universe classic stuff.
Who's going to produce the Centron figures, you know?
So that is Raymond Toys.
Raymond Toys, okay.
Raymond, yeah, I hadn't even heard of them.
I hadn't either. That's a new company to me.
So then you got here showing kind of a scale comparison of what they're going to do. So it looks like it's going to be up right at that 6-inch scale, like that Snake Eyes. And is that your Michael Keaton Batman you got?
That's SH Figure Arts, yeah.
Okay. So there, kind of in the background, shows you the color of what the figures will look like when they get it.
Yeah, I was going to say Jacob said he wants to see a Red X figure for Teen Titans.
That was one of your favorites, wasn't it?
Yeah, I loved Red X. Big fan of the original Teen Titans show.
He said you're going to break it, ManCave.
Break which one?
You want to talk about it there?
break.
What you playing with there?
Oh, well, I've already messed him up. He
Oh no.
Gosh.
Yeah, so I had him sitting on one of the tables in the man cave, and the Roomba came through and got hold of the cloth that's over the top of the table. And look what it did. Look at his paint job right here.
Right there on his cheek. Oh my gosh.
Cheek. And look back here. Like somehow the red.
Gosh, right on the shell.
The red from that he hit the ground hard. Like I heard it from the other room. I was like, what the heck? I thought the dog was in here doing something.
Oh man,
jacked up my paint job, man.
Jeez. Well, at least you have another lower section of your mouth you can replace it with, I guess. But
I do.
Is that your favorite part of that?
I think the head swaps are awesome. I wish they do that on the 6-inch figures. That'd be amazing.
Well, they are. The Turtles 4-pack that we're getting is going to have that feature.
Oh, that's true. It is. You're right.
I'm concerned because you at least have the ability to stick your fingers up in there.
Yeah.
But with the smaller ones, you're not going to have that opportunity. So I don't know how that's going to work.
I don't know how they're going to do that.
I hope it's not as hard, so.
But
it's awesome. It's an awesome thing.
Pinkleton said the robots are rising up. Yeah, and my Roomba his name is Jarvis, so he's a good guy. And it'd be different if I named him like T1000 or something like that.
Ultron.
Yeah, Ultron. Yeah, I mean, come on, his name's Jarvis. Like he's a good guy.
All right, so there's another shot, front and back of that one with the green and yellow. See how you got the rocket boosters sticking on the side there? You got the fin sticking out of the front of the figure. You could just basically put the weapons anywhere you wanted to on the figure.
So is that the point of these? That it's like Legos? It's like the peg holes, or?
I wouldn't go to Legos, but I mean, like I said, you just have options for where you can put your weapons.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was a show, I guess, or? I
think it was. Yeah, I'm sure it didn't last very long.
Okay.
There's your blue one, like a jetpack on the back of him.
Yeah.
And these were big figures. These were like probably 7-inch scale figures themselves. So they're actually going down on the scale if they're putting them out in 6-inch. So he towered over He-Man and Panthro. I mean, not Panthro, but Lino. So there is the color images of what they're hoping they'll look like once they get them done, I guess.
I like those.
They look cool. They definitely look cool.
I definitely like the color choice.
And again, it's one of those niche items that, probably just the guys who knew about it are going to care about. And hopefully Raymond Toys will be able to, produce it and get it out there for them.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, the only one I had was the yellow one. And I actually had that up until Zach was born. This is one of the ones I sold at as an adult.
They look pretty cool painted out.
So I don't know enough about Raymond Toys to know if it's officially licensed. And you would think that with something small like that, they'd do some kind of a Kickstarter on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's something you picked up a few of, the Hiya Toys.
Yes. Yeah, true.
So this is the Dallas from Alien.
Yeah, cool. We need that.
So 4.92 inches, almost 5-inch figure.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have right now? You just have the Alien? No, you have a Predator.
I've got a couple Predator, the Predator dogs, RoboCop, and I've got like 15 of them pre-ordered.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I've got the ED-209, the RoboCop, the robot, the big robot that killed.
Yes, that looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that's going to scale. How big they make that versus the 4.5-inch figures that we got. But I've never had an ED-209, and that's always been one of the coolest robots to me. I've just always thought it was a super awesome robot.
Yeah. So I don't know about everybody in the chat or not, but did we get the Loot Crate Turtles before they sold out? Yes, we both did.
Mm-hmm. We did.
We ordered all 4 and getting the free one as well. So
we did. And I didn't know. Did you guys know they could sell out? I was talking with a buddy of mine who he was waiting. He was. I don't know if he's waiting on his stimulus or if he was waiting on. He was waiting to go and put in for them, and he didn't put it in. So
Like, has the date
Yes,
even come
I know
up yet
that-
on it?
What?
Has the date even come up on it?
No, that's the thing. I don't recall NECA ever saying these could sell out. I just thought it was kind of like their normal pre-order where you've got this date range, you put in your order, you know?
Right.
So I think a lot of people were shocked to learn that it actually sold out. Versus,
Gosh.
you know, if you were sitting around waiting, get ready for $150, $200 a box.
Which is good for us because we're not going to keep them all. So we will actually make our money back on the boxes.
That's
So,
true.
Yeah, I thought it would have been, get a bunch of pre-orders in and then go into production and get them out to us instead of, I don't know. Do you think they already have them in production and they're already sold out like that? Or
I would say so.
Yeah.
with them waiting until what are they putting them out starting in?
late? It's late. I don't know. It's
August. Is August the first box?
It's so late. I'm thinking they're not produced yet.
August. I believe August.
I think August
the
is.
first box.
I think August is. Yeah.
Yeah. Pinkleton's on the BBTS. That's awesome, Pinkleton. Just use my link in my description if you're going to go spend money like that. Helps the channel.
So Nani says that they did mention that they could sell out. So I had no idea.
Okay.
I agree. If they're going to do pre-orders or something, why even sell it out? I mean,
Why?
just pre-order it, make what was made, just like Super 7 does, and for the people that don't order it, it's tough on them. But if you're going to sell out, man.
Could it be possible? Here's a question for everybody. I like to hear this from the guys in the comments, from both you guys. Could NECA, a lot of what they do be to drive hype, by not really overstocking the turtles? It keeps their aftermarket prices at, $100 a figure for a $25 figure. Could it be part of the hype train that they're doing in order to, they know that if they sell out the Loot Crate, these boxes are going to go for $150, $200 on the aftermarket, and people's going to blast them. People's going to blast NECA for not opening it up more and allowing more people to get it. Could it be part of their hype train of just keeping everybody so hyped about them and looking for them and constantly on the hunt for them?
I don't think so. I mean, I would assume they would try to want to sell as many as they can whenever they do, but I don't know. I think it depends. I would say no, but also at the same time, since a lot of times they're re-releasing them down the road, that could play a part of it. But I don't think so.
I mean, it's like you saw the Triceratons, which were extremely hard to find. You found 2 more of them just recently, so they're definitely restocking. So I don't think that that's necessarily the case.
Yeah.
Which ones do y'all think will be sold most on the secondary market of the Loot Crates?
I would say that'll be probably the video game figure.
You think so?
Or Armagon. Or
yeah, I would say. I would say probably the one people want the most would be the cartoon. Actually, I think Scrag is going to be the really rare one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he will be.
But I would say Donnie.
I think Cartoon Donnie will be the most popular.
Yeah.
But I don't think that'll equate to him being the most sold.
Right.
True. I would say Armagon or
I mean,
Well,
just
the
for me,
Mirage
I don't care
Red
nothing about Danny.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's definitely not going to be something I care to have on my shelf. If they'd have done like an April, which I know they are, that'd be cool. But Danny's just too obscure to me.
That was a weird choice. That was a weird choice.
I mean, for a Loot Crate, is it really that weird?
No, it's perfect for Loot Crate.
Yeah,
because you can make the decision. Do you want him or not? If you don't, don't support the Loot Crate or get the other 3 boxes. I mean, it's that simple. I think if you'd have put Danny on a shelf, he'd have peg warmed the heck out of a shelf.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah. So this way they can control what they produce. They don't overproduce Danny, And
that's why I like Loot Crate, because it gets you those figures that you wouldn't get otherwise.
True.
So.
True. And the thing with Danny is like, yeah, there's 10 other figures we could have probably said we wanted, but he still played a decent little role in that movie, in the first movie, him and his little Walkman. So,
I'm not mad about it.
No, definitely not.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
I'm mad that I have to buy all of them to get the one I want.
But you know how smart that is.
It is. This is extremely smart.
How smart that is on NECA's part.
It is. So we got a guy from Scotland here. We got Cryo Boy. So what's up, bud?
Yeah, we got to get caught up on some comments, don't we?
So have you even touched one of the Hiya Toys yet, Phil?
I've not taken them out of the package yet.
Let's rip it open, man.
We're going to review one soon, though.
Go ahead and rip one open if you can find one.
Oh, I got one over there. Let me go get
so
one.
I like the way that he looks in this get up here. And his helmet can fold up too. I like that. You also are coming with the eggs and the face huggers.
That's
so
cool.
Like a whole pack of those. That's pretty awesome.
That is cool. Cryo Boy says, where's that McFarlane Martian Manhunter?
I'm thinking that if these sell well, which I think they will, that we'll be getting some of those. And I'll talk about those later on as we get through the spoilers parts of the Justice League. But I think that there's definitely a few more that they could give us for the McFarlane Toys Justice League figures.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Okay, so I got that pre-ordered, what you just saw. All right, so here's what we got. We got the tracker, the Hiya Toys tracker. So this guy goes with the dogs, with the. All right, now we're not gonna do the whole let's just destroy the whole box thing with this one, because this one looks like one. Oh yeah, this is one I could actually like put back in the package here. So here's what we got. All right, got that. Get a little background. So that's kind of cool. They give you like a little Dio background with it.
No little stand for it?
Yes, there is. I'll show you that here in a second. So they actually do it pretty neat and clean, man. See how this is set up. Very easy to, looks like it'd be very easy to kind of stick back in here. And, oh yeah, man, the figure just comes right out easy peasy. All right, so let's see what this guy feels like. So here's what we got. You can see that.
So he's got his gun on his shoulder there. Got the horns on his face.
Yep, got his gun on his shoulder. The gun is, it looks like it would be articulated, but it ain't really wanting to. I mean, the detail on this thing is really nice to be such a small little figure.
Yeah.
Hey, can you stand up beside one of your little 3 3/4 Joes?
Those little Joes are
sold.
Yeah, those are sold.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got one. You haven't opened any of your new Legends then either, have you?
New Legends? No, I have not. But he's bigger than the Legend because I actually have a Legend right here. Let's see. So let's see how well we can show this. All right, so there he is at the bottom of Hulk's foot.
Yeah.
So 3 3/4 versus 5 inch.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
He said, does it feel as good as a Marvel Legend? I mean, even though it's smaller.
You know what? It actually feels a lot like a Marvel Legend. Like the joints just have a very similar feel. Even the plastic and everything just kind of has that same. It kind of has that same kind of out of box articulation that Legends have.
That's good.
Yeah,
sounds like you're getting a lot of clicks there.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty solid. It definitely feels good. Let's see what we got. I believe they all come with a stand. So here you get.
Oh, and they connect together. Looks like.
Yeah, they look like they have the ability to connect. So that might be cool. I've actually got a guy that's going to help me. He's going to build a diorama for me to display all the Hiya Toys. He's going to do a scaled diorama to this scale. So yeah, you can set him up on his little stand, and then he's got a couple accessories. He's got 2 pair of fist hands. You can see there. These are the open hands. He's got a pair of fist hands. He's got whatever this is. Let's see here.
Is that like an egg? What is that? Oh, it's a skull. Okay.
It's a skull of a predator. I guess he's a tracker, so I guess maybe this was one he tracked down, and
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking.
But that can't like hook on his belt or anything like that, or
really nicely detailed. I don't see anywhere it can hook on him.
Was that a peg hole on the bottom of it?
No, it's just the like the jaw.
Okay.
The jaw's open, and then It's got two little H's in here. I don't know what those are.
That's for your stand, right?
Oh, that's what it is. Yep, you're right. Yeah, these are to hook the stands together, I guess, once you get them. So, yeah, pretty cool.
All right, cool.
I like it. That's the first time I've touched one. So
here's your pre-order for the, like I said, the eggs and the face huggers as well. And showing, I didn't get the scale, but it's a 1.5 inch tall for the eggs. Here is the Jungle Hunter Predator. So he's got that rifle on his shoulder as well, got the metal helmet on his face and the skull on his arm there, and then the skull along his chest there as well. So
I think that's version 2. I think it's
version 2 of that.
If you go look at the pre-order, it's got V2 out beside it. So
okay.
I'm assuming I pre-ordered that one. I think it is a version 2 of it.
So Jacob, we sold our Toy Biz Apocalypse Build-A-Figure several years ago, maybe this year. Can't remember when exactly it was. When the Build-A-Figure Hasbro Build-A-Figure came out, we sold our Toy Biz.
So that was accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I regret it, but I needed the money at the time. I got about $100 for it. So, and I love the gray She-Hulk as well. That Savage Gray She-Hulk, Dirty Varmint.
That is amazing. That figure is definitely one of my favorites.
Pinkleton says, going back to ManCave's comment, I think a big part of the demand issues have to do with partly the virus, but the action figure distribution has been broken for a while. So talking about the NECA Loot Crate stuff.
Yeah, I mean NECA's had distribution issues since literally the first 2-pack ever dropped. And I don't know. It just seems to me like they've had enough time to resolve it.
They're getting better. It's just I feel like they should have already been to like not having any issues finding them by now.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm still so frustrated not finding a Rat King right now.
Well, and that's what I was going to say is we thought they were doing better. I'm with Zach when the Baxter and the Crangs hit, and I'm out toy hunting, and I'm finding these things I'm going back to the same store 2 weeks later. They had 15 Crangs, and then 2 weeks later they got 5 Krang. I'm like, we fixed the problem. Like, we're good to go. Then Rat King drops. I've never seen him in the wild. I bought him at a toy store. I've never actually seen him in a Target. And I hunt every single week at multiple targets.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because, Splinter, Baxter, and Krang are such popular Turtles characters. I don't know. Maybe they were trying to get more distribution on
that. Dirty Varmint thinks that Target is hoarding the Rat King.
The Target employees might be hoarding the Rat King.
Or our buddies living there in our toy stores you like to go visit.
Yeah.
So this guy's shorter than the Dallas figure. So this is actually 4.5 inch, whereas Dallas was 4.92 inch. So I guess because that helmet on him was a little higher, maybe, I don't know.
Oh yeah, because he's in that big suit. Yeah, he's in that.
But you're talking about a Predator versus a suit. Predator's gonna be huge.
Yeah, Predator's like 7 feet tall, 7.5 feet tall.
Man. Here's one for you right here. Would you go with the Evil Ryu from Storm Collectibles since you're jumping back in Storm again?
Well, I don't like the Evil Ryus and the Evil Kins. I stick with kind of the normal stuff. But that's a cool looking figure. That is a cool looking figure.
So can you tell me what's going on with the chest there?
I don't know. Me and a buddy was doing talking via text today, and neither one of us really understood. It looked like somebody ripped his heart out, but I don't know.
Yeah. I think it looks cool. I like the way these Storm Collectibles look.
Yeah. They're very solid. And the articulation and stuff on them is impeccable.
Well, I mean, look up at that shoulder. I mean, you got all kinds of, butterfly joint up there and everything. And
yeah.
Is it pinless?
I mean, you don't see pins on any of the Storm stuff. I don't know if there's pins inside. I mean, it's pinless from a cosmetic standpoint.
And it's still double jointed?
It's double jointed, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Storm kills it when and straight out of the package, man, it imagine the best feeling articulation you've ever felt on a figure. and that Storm Collectible straight out of the package on every figure you buy.
That's crazy.
So it's solid.
So should Storm Collectibles do Resident Evil as well, you think?
What do you say? Since they're making Street Fighter figures, they should. I agree with that. They would destroy some Resident Evil figures. That would be cool. I would love to see that.
So Scorpion and Mataro came in today for Dirty Varmint. I'm sure you haven't got the Mataro ordered yet, have you?
Yeah, I got my Mataro. He's somewhere.
Oh
No, he'll be in my next unboxing. I haven't.
Okay.
I think he's over there in a BBTS box. I just hadn't unboxed him yet. Yeah. Hey, Dirty, did you get the SD? What was it? The 2020 Con exclusive Scorpion? Is that the one you went with?
Did I not say Ryu? Oh, Pinkleton said the wrong thing. Okay. Nani says Randy was cracking on Rat King on the shorts.
Yeah, with them being, they had like the paint was messing up on them a lot.
Oh, yeah. If you articulate him, they get jacked. I have refused to articulate my legs.
Oh gosh.
Him bringing up the fact that they came out before Chinese New Year, it actually makes me think maybe that's why we haven't seen them so much, because the fact that they can't ship any out when it's Chinese New Year, and I don't know, maybe that we'll see some more pretty soon. I don't know.
I hope so.
You know what I mean, though? Like, if they shipped a bunch out right before Chinese New Year, then they
well,
can't.
and here's the sad thing, Zach. I think whenever they make them, when they produce them all, they're all produced and they're all on the ship. They're coming at one time.
I mean, that would make sense to me too, but yeah, I don't know. So we'll see if they re-release them or not. But I think probably the run of them is sort of went through. So
Wesley, ManCave actually had some of the Motu Origin stuff, and I think he sold it all after he started buying his Motu Classics.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Dirty. That's the one I'm guessing you got right there.
Hang on, let me get you bigger here.
That is so the one Dirty picked up and the one I picked up is that 2020 exclusive. And the thing is, it's in their MK1 attire, which if you go and get the original Storm Collectibles MK1, there's a better picture. But if you go and get the original Storm Collectibles MK1 of Scorpion, you're going to be paying like $300 to $400 on the secondary market. So I think me and Dirty, we probably got that for like $70 on BBTS.
Now, is that a normal price for one of those? Is $70?
Yeah. They run between 70 and 100 based on the size. So like Goro, like I've got the Goro figure up here. Like this guy, so his retail was like 92 or 95, something like that. But he's a huge figure. You know, he's huge. Let's see. I don't know how big he is, but he's almost, well, I've got him crouched, but he's about 9 inches.
Up to the ponytail or to the head?
Well, if he was standing straight up, not crouched over like this, he would be probably
10 inches up to the ponytail.
He'd be about 10 inches, but he's a beast.
That right there is probably, that one and Mataro are my two favorite figures out of that.
Really?
Oh my gosh, they're so awesome.
That Mataro is huge.
Yeah.
It is a huge figure.
So tell me about the blood variant stuff, guys. What do y'all think about blood variants on these figures? Would you do you like picking up all the variants, or would you rather have a blood variant of a figure, period, or do you like just the regular figures? Let me know in the chat what y'all feel about that. We're going to show the Lucasfilm 50th anniversary figures again here in a minute. So here is the. Whoa, what?
Go ahead.
What were you going to say?
I was going to tell Dirty, if he collects the Mortal Kombat stuff, he needs to go check out the diorama I had in my last toy haul, and get him one of those for the Mortal Kombat figures. But go ahead.
Go ahead and throw a plug out. What was that website?
Yeah, Would You Kindly Studios on Instagram, or he has a website, wouldyoukindlystudios.com. But he made me, Dirty, if you ain't seen it, go to my last toy haul video and check out the Mortal Kombat Dio that he built me. It's awesome. And so if you collect Mortal Kombat, it might be worth a look for you.
So I love the way that diorama looks, and I cannot believe he did that custom for you.
Man, it's crazy, dude. And it's It's got like magnets is what holds it together. So when it come in like a little box, you know, like
Yeah.
and I'm like, how the heck did he get this massive thing? Because it's made to fit into one of my shelves here. I gave him the dimensions.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like you slide it all together. It's got magnets. It holds it together. It's so cool, man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Very cool.
So I kind of agree with Hero 702. If I was going to get a blood variant, it would depend on who it is. It'd be somebody who I'd want for one of the big bads to be destroying, probably. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want a blood variant of the Mataro. But if you give me a blood variant of, you know, somebody that can get their butts kicked by somebody, then I wouldn't mind that, I guess, as much. But some people are made out of money, so they can go out and buy however many they want to of them, I guess. So.
Well, and I think too, like the blood variants are, in my opinion, you kind of gotta. Now, this is just my OCD. You got to commit one or the other. Like it doesn't look right, in my opinion, to have like 5 clean figures and one dude just bloody as all get out standing there with them. Like,
yeah,
that's just my OCD kicking in. You know.
So it's kind of like for us. We bought Spy Master just because we had to get Spy Master. And right now he's getting his butt kicked by Iron Man over in the corner. So if we had a blood variant of him, you know, no problem for us because we just stick it over in the corner and let him get his butt kicked.
Customize it, I guess.
I don't care. He's fine. He can sit in that corner. All right. So here we go with the Zach. Give me this name again.
Reverse Red Death.
Reverse Red Death gold label. So therefore, it's a Walmart exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
He's also known as the Flash of Earth 52. So we'd seen teases of this. McFarlane did a video showing. Did he show this in hand one time?
I think he did.
I think he did in one of his videos.
Yeah.
So here that is. That'll be a tough one to find at Walmart, I'm sure. Of course, you've been finding some gold labels, haven't you, ManCave?
Yeah, I have.
So maybe they might not be as hard to find as we think here. But what do you think about this? I mean, for them to go gold with something, this would be definitely one they should have gone gold with and looks really good.
Yeah. It makes sense.
You know, it's not a head swap. It's actually a repaint that actually makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have an issue with it. I mean, and I think gold label works for it too.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. I like the way they do that. You know, a lot of times you'll see some of the red figures as Target exclusives. And then, you know, like the bronze and stuff will be as a Walmart exclusive or gold label, whatever. So
right. And, you know, they have to do exclusives to really keep up their connections with those, you know, those places too. So if they got to, then it's not a bad way to do it.
So a lot of the only things we're seeing on the shelf lately for these DC Multiverses, Joker and Flash like crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know why there's so many of those.
I mean, we saw some of the Last Night on Earth, I think. Wasn't that some of the ones we saw recently? But we saw it one time and they were gone really fast.
Wait, what's that? Is that the Bane Wave?
That was the Bane Wave, I think, yeah.
Yeah. I've only seen that one time out in the wild.
Yeah, he definitely needs to work on his distribution because that Wave 1 stuff was out there like crazy for the longest time. And then, you know, he just produced, and we're just not seeing them.
Hey, a question for you Marvel Legend guys there. Hero wants to know, do you guys think we'll see the retro Spider-Man body again anytime soon?
I'm sure they will. I mean, I don't know what they're going to use it for, but, you know, they had to have that in mind, you know, at some point. So it's a good body. Why not reuse it?
What's that one new paint we're getting with, like, it's like a blue color or something?
Oh, the rumored, what is that?
I don't know what that was called. I can't remember. But yeah, I'm sure they'll probably use that same sculpt on that.
They're supposed to be getting another Spider-Man costume as a retro figure at some point this year. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh my gosh, Jacob, definitely. Holy cow. Do you think they should make a Mongol in DC McFarlane? 100%.
Oh yeah.
They should make.
If I pronounce that right, Mongol from DCville. Oh yeah, that's a must. That needs to be a Build-A-Figure.
Yeah,
he definitely needs to be big. He wasn't big enough, in my opinion, for our DC Classics that we had.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah, but there's so many figures that McFarlane still needs to make.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, there's so many.
And he is so far from even thinking about branching out.
Yeah, I know it. I don't know.
It's just Justice League after Batman after Justice League figure over and over and over again.
Jacob, can you rephrase that question? I'm not sure what you're saying there.
Which one is it?
Marvel Legends out there fans, do you guys think they're making Multiverse and Marvel Legends wave? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I'm not following that.
So I'm loving this Flash. Here's that Superman, Henry Cavill, or whoever you think that is.
And that is sold out now, right?
Yes.
I think so.
Hey, I'll tell you what, the body sculpt and the suit looks fantastic.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, that is a really, really well done figure. I just hate that him and Aquaman's face just don't look anything like the actors.
I think this is better than Aquaman, though.
Probably.
Yes.
Probably it is. It is.
Are you talking about like Spider-Verse?
Oh.
Are they going to expand on that Spider-Verse movie figure line? They're going to get any more of those? I don't know. I doubt it.
I do too, because I feel like if they were going to do that, they would have spread it out more evenly.
Okay, now he's talking about Multiverse of Madness, so that'll be MCU stuff.
Oh, Multiverse of Madness. We'll definitely see Multiverse of Madness stuff at some point, but I just don't know what would be in it.
Noni, I'm completely agreeing with this right here. Does McFarlane even have time to expand on other figures? I thought we had like 2 to 3 years for this license.
That was his original agreement.
Yeah.
That was the original agreement. I guess they'll weigh their options at the end of this, and maybe Jazzware gets it.
Oh gosh.
Jazzware, man, they're killing it, dude. They're killing it. Put out some good stuff.
Pinkerton, 100%. A King Shark needs to be done too. 100%. And actually, we are getting a King Shark for the Suicide Squad. Yeah, we'll be getting that.
We'll see how that looks.
Jerry, yes, that sculpt was completely original for that Mongol buck. And there was 2 different Mongols that got released, one with a yellow ring, and then the other one was just the regular Mongol. I think that one came in the 2-pack with the Cyborg Superman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we still have not gotten a great image of the helmeted Cyborg yet, which is a Walmart exclusive. So Walmart threw out images of him, and they were the tiny, tiny images. So we couldn't even get any good images of him yet. But you do have the one for the pre-order. And I don't know if this one's sold out yet or not.
I don't know.
I guess we get an alternate head sculpt on that.
No, it's just the helmet. We got the regular release.
That was literally a half a second in the movie. Why would we not get the normal head sculpt?
No. We do. We have a normal head sculpt release, and then you have this Walmart exclusive with the helmet on.
Oh, so this is like it's just a variant.
Yes.
Yeah. Like Superman. The Superman one, we have the black suit one, which is the normal release, and then the blue is the Target.
I got you.
We're getting a Batman, which I guess you're probably going to get into that, so I don't want to. But basically, we're getting a normal Batman, and then we're getting an unmasked Batman that's going to be Entertainment Earth exclusive. So
Harlan knows how to make that money, don't he?
So you're spoiling stuff again, Noni says, ManCave.
Oh, Emma?
I guess I just did.
Bad.
I just did with that helmet version. Do you think if Toys R Us was back, if the supply issue would be resolved? I was talking to Zach about Toys R Us the other day and the fact that what if the big brand toy distributors like Hasbro and Mattel and whoever else just went ahead and just bought Toys R Us themselves?
Because somebody else just bought them. Somebody else just bought Toys R Us.
Yes, but what I'm saying is because, they lost so much money just whenever Toys R Us went under because Toys R Us was basically just not paying their bills at all to them. So when Toys R Us went under, they just lost everything that Toys R Us owed them. So yeah, I think it would help with distribution a lot. I think that if they stock Toys R Us's, but then again, is NECA going to still just keep the Cartoon Turtles at Target? Probably. So we'll never see them.
Read Tomas's comment.
All right, the Superman head sculpt just screams ZacJacDan should be a Z on this chest for sure. And yes, I would still buy it. So okay, great. So he looks like me. Nice. Awesome. My coworkers call me Clark Kent all the time. So
you guys saw that WHP Global purchased Toys R Us just recently, like in the last couple weeks. And
so what is that going to mean?
It says, according to a press release they put out on Monday. Now, this was last Monday, not today. Not what is today? Monday or Tuesday? This would be last Monday. They plan to resurrect the brand and reopen stores in North America.
Wow.
They say, we're in the brand business, and Toys R Us is the single most credible, trusted, and beloved toy brand in the world, said the CEO of WHP. We're coming off a year where toys are just on fire. And for Toys R Us, the U.S. is really a blank canvas. So there you go. We could see some toys in the United States before Christmas this year is their plan.
That's
well,
great.
you know, the crazy thing is you got all of us adult collectors out there now, which is it's got to be something to make Toys R Us huge.
Yeah.
It's got to be if they actually have the stock there. Like
the adult collectible market, I think, is a lot stronger today than it was in 2017, 2018 when they shut down like 700 stores.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole different world, man. I have people comment on my videos all the time that say, man, I haven't been collecting, but I've been watching these videos, and I ain't collected since I was a kid, and watching these videos and seeing these toys in these stores, I'm out buying Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
You know, and it's like, it's our generation really that's powering this whole thing. You know, it's the 80s and 90s babies that are now adults. We're making money. We got money to spend, and we're out, you know, just banking these NECAs and Hasbros. I kind of worry a little bit for the collecting world after us, to be honest with you.
They won't hear about it, man.
I just don't see like my kids' generation loving it like we do.
Yeah. It's weird. I feel like a lot of people like more my age get like Pops and stuff, like Funko Pops.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you.
I don't know. But thinking about Toys R Us, I was thinking, you know, how many of those buildings do you think are still like empty? And not
for example, the one over in Gastonia has been replaced with a dealership now.
Exactly. So do you think, you know, they'll be trying to get these places back or building new buildings? Like,
so I just read something somewhere in the chat here. Somebody's saying, well, what if they just put the Toys R Us in the mall, like in some of the the old Sears or something like that?
Yep. So I'm thinking think KB Toys. Do you guys remember KB Toys?
Mm-hmm.
They had the little strip mall stores that were, you know, a tenth the size of a Toys R Us.
Right.
That to me would be the Toys R Us way. Almost Toys R Us, you know, GameStop is, the Redditors saved it for now, but GameStop is truly on its last leg.
Oh, yeah.
And all these GameStop exclusive and these GameStop toys are going to need a place to go. If Toys R Us could swoop in and kind of take the toy portion of the GameStop, kind of steal that from them, obviously GameStop would easily cease to exist about overnight, but we would all run to Toys R Us, man. We would all run to Toys R Us for exclusives and whatever they, you know, just for the nostalgic purpose.
So do you think they would just stick with, you know, sort of what the type of stuff GameStop offers, or do you think they would have some of the other stuff that Toys R Us used to have? You know, like some of the more kiddie toys, or
I'm thinking it would be a pretty well-rounded. Yeah. I don't think they'd want to pigeonhole themselves into just adult collectibles.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, Babies R Us was a huge part of it. Mm-hmm. But Tomas says, screw the babies.
Ryan said that he was 25 years old and just got back into toys. So that's exactly what we're talking about. You know,
that's awesome.
Tomas was born, he was in the 90s, you know, born in the 90s. So there you go. It's the 80s and 90s kids. That's what's holding on as far as and again, there's just a crap ton of us. That's another reason I don't understand a lot of times when they make movies, why they don't make these movies to cater to the, you know, 25 to 45 year olds. You know, they don't go and say, well, what do these guys want? You know, they create what they want. But,
and you know, the only time you're going to see somebody Zach's age that cares anything about this is because they have fathers like me, who made them watch the stuff growing up and, you know, made them interested in it. So which is kind of odd because of the fact that, you know, we do have as many movies as we do out there now.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they do like the MCU stuff for the Legends. Maybe they're the ones that are actually buying the MCU stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
I just know if you go look at the analytics on my channel, it is mostly 25, maybe even 33 and up, all the way up to like 80.
Yeah. I would say mine in the mid 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toys R Us will take a while before they can actually open back up. I agree with that, action figure expert.
What's Jacob saying here? ManCave, you know which one is interesting to see McFarlane DC Starro, but it's going to be hard to make for a Build-A-Figure and anti-monitor action figures. Yeah. Would anti-monitor almost need to be HasLab to be as big as we would truly need it?
Nobody would. I don't think there'd be enough people to spend the money on an anti-monitor.
That's true.
And Starro just happens to be one of the DC Universe classes I did not purchase because it was that exclusive.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, that'd be cool. Just a single release.
Yeah.
Maybe a big box set or something with
a lot of little stars that'll fit on the faces and then the big star.
Yeah. Who knows?
But I mean, they're showing ManCave. They're showing these deluxe figures now that they're doing with the Darkseid and the Steppenwolf.
Yep.
So
yeah, but the price point, it's crazy.
What is the price point on those?
$40 each.
Ooh. Even more than the deluxe Marvel Legend, huh?
Yeah, $10 more. And I don't know. I just feel like if they went bigger, it'd probably be a lot more expensive. And we don't even really get that much in the pack. We'd get the figure and the one accessory.
Yeah, and an axe.
So,
but I do have to say that Steppenwolf looks like he walked right off the screen.
He does. Oh, yeah. He does. And we'll get to that later on too, talking about that with the movie when we get to the spoilers. Mm-hmm. Here's the Ben Affleck head. Is an Entertainment Earth exclusive. So what do you think about that?
Gosh, that looks terrible.
It does look terrible. What do you think about the fact it's an Entertainment Earth exclusive?
That's weird.
That's random. You would have thought Big Bad or something, but Entertainment Earth gets a lot of exclusives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Whenever I heard it was Entertainment Earth, I was thinking maybe it was going to be offered to different online, e-tailers and stuff. And just Entertainment Earth.
I feel safe to say at this point, McFarlane is not using face scan technology.
No, he's not. He's got your daughter in there sculpting these guys' faces, I think. So
right. I mean, and she may do better. I mean, this may be worse than the Henry Cavill.
This is definitely worse than Henry Cavill. Yes.
Yeah, and probably worse. I mean, that doesn't look like Ben Affleck at all.
Not at all.
Nope. Again, more like a Bruce Wayne.
Yep. It looks more like Val Kilmer.
Well, he's been Batman too, so oh well.
True. Maybe they got him confused.
Yep.
New Masters wondering when the armored Darkseid will be released.
And who's going to release it? What kind of exclusive will it be?
I'm thinking Amazon because I'm pretty sure that originally went up on Amazon or something and they took it down.
Oh, wow. Really?
I think
that's whenever I don't know. But I'm pretty confident that it's going to be Amazon. But we'll see. Usually Amazon gets stuff up for pre-order early, though.
So yeah, that is true. They actually were the first ones to release a lot of these images for us. So, yeah, I can do without this one.
What's up, Noob Master?
Again, the figure, though, looks good. It's just the head sculpts.
Well, it's because it's the same. Yeah, it's the same figure as the other one that actually looks amazing with the helmet on or the hat on.
But still, the bodies look. I mean, they did a great job on that. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, Hero says he has 10 of the Marvel Universe Sentinels.
Yep, we have two. Yep,
that's amazing. That's amazing.
Technically, I mean, because the one is the Amazon exclusive with Wolverine, but it's still the same thing.
Yes, a repaint. Yeah, I actually remember the first time I bought one of those Marvel Universe Sentinels. I bought it at Toys R Us.
Oh man,
has a good memory.
So anyway, I'm not so up on this one. Some of the angles look like kind of Ben Affleck. Some of them completely don't. This cape looks amazing. That looks like a material instead of plastic.
That's a soft goods cape?
No, man, that's plastic.
Plastic.
Oh, that's plastic? Wow. Yeah. You know what? Hey, McFarlane has always been a beast at capes, man.
That's crazy.
You go back on his old Spawn figures, even in the early 2000s, he was so far ahead of everybody else when it comes to capes.
Yeah, I was watching Todd's video that he put out, about like these figures and him showing them off. I was just, I was really amazed by some of the details with this stuff. It's crazy. But yeah, those unmasked heads are not doing it.
So I'm really concerned with the HasLab because I'm hoping they're not going to throw it at us too fast. They've definitely got a pause on these things with all these different markets out there that we have to buy from, and they're definitely going to do Galactus next. And I don't know if we'll see Celestials anytime soon.
I don't think
I hope not.
I don't think we will.
And then Giant Man is another one. To me, I'm thinking, now that they've done this scale with the Sentinel, we're in trouble with all these big guys.
Mm-hmm.
But it's accurate size.
They are. I know it. I know it. Hey,
Yeah.
Jerry said something to you there, ManCave.
You made me hold my breath a little. ManCave thought you. Yeah. Tomas also has a good point.
McFarlane's not using his head with these face sculpts.
Tomas has a good point as well. He said he's born in 1990. He said it's hard to get his kids off the PS4 to take advantage of a figure. And that's true. It was funny. Me and my kids actually had that conversation about a week ago where I was talking to them about how quickly they got out of playing with toys because of technology. We offered, unfortunately, if I could go back, I would not have, but we offered them technology very early, video games, because I'm a big video gamer. So I enjoyed playing video games with them. And the more into technology they got, the more Christmases would roll around. They didn't want action figures no more. They wanted iPads and, the newest video gaming console and that type of stuff. And, man, I played with action figures up till I was too old to be playing with action figures probably. I like come home from high school basketball practice and like get in the floor and, play with my Toy Biz action figures, So it was, he makes a good point. Kids I think the technology has killed a lot of the desire for kids to want to go and play with action figures,
I guess the thing is I'm not really that much into technology.
Right.
I don't play video games. So that maybe is what makes the difference a little bit for me.
Well, and that's why you spent so much time growing up doing what I did, like playing with your action figures in the floor. Like my action figures were destroyed. That's why I don't have any action figures from my childhood, because I destroyed them literally playing with them.
I didn't enjoy any of the cartoons that a lot of these kids grow up with. I've enjoyed the cartoons that y'all grew up with.
That's true. You do, yeah. You're kind of an old soul, Zach.
Yeah.
So what you guys think about now that we've gotten our good version of Justice League here? Do we think Pattinson's Batman's going to be any good? I don't mind them, and I'll show you something off here later that DC said today that basically they're not going to go any further with this universe. It looks like, but I wouldn't have mind seeing two separate Batmans out there, different movies going on at the same time, two different universes. Why not? And if Pattinson's does good, if the villains do good, then push that.
I don't know. From seeing the trailer for Pattinson, and that Batman, I think I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, I would still want to see some of the Snyder type of stuff keep going. And I feel like I heard it might, because Flash, I don't know, it might live on a little bit in the Flash film. So I feel like they might explore that a little bit, and maybe that'll be sort of what moves away from the Snyder universe is that Flash movie.
Yeah.
And sort of explaining that a bit better.
So, Pinkerton, I don't know what you're saying about the trailer and which trailer you're talking about. I'm with you, X-Figure Expert. Sentinel, the fact that they did it first, it is definitely the potential for army building. So a lot of people could have actually bought multiples of them just for that aspect.
People did.
And the Galactus, it's going to be one and done. You're not going to need more than one or anything else that they build out there for these HasLabs. So we'll see.
Did y'all buy one Sentinel or two?
Just one. Yeah, just one.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to regret not having two. I think it would have looked cool having two of those big things on the daggum shelf.
Probably, but
with all the Marvel Legend X-Men, that would look so cool.
So expensive though.
So expensive. It'd been what, $700, a little over $700 or something like that for two of them.
But they gave you a lot of good options too.
They did. They did. They kept throwing us all kinds of stretch goals and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love for them to still be able to build the universe up. I don't think we're getting rid of our Aquaman. Jason Momoa is definitely going to be Aquaman. Gal Gadot is definitely going to be our Wonder Woman. So I don't understand why we can't just keep on pushing these actors, unless Henry and Ben just don't want to put on the bulk anymore to do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
well, against Michael B. Jordan as Superman. Let's move on.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the HasLab Galactus, that had to be twice the size of the Sentinel.
But would it? I don't know. I've heard people say that Galactus isn't actually a certain size. Like it depends.
Right.
I don't know. Like I think someone explained it as like basically he doesn't have a size. Like he's a being that sort of can appear how it is. I don't know.
Yep. Go back and look at Galactus in the comic books, man. He has been every size. Like he's been big enough to like put a world in his mouth like it's a marble, and then he's been the size of skyscrapers on a world. So it's like Zach's right. There's no true scale to him.
Mm-hmm.
So my cousin did the same thing, gave all his toys to his kid, and he destroyed them as well. I gave mine to Zach, and I guess he's got the mindset of me, or I just pumped it in his mind. Be careful with these. Don't destroy them. That kind of thing. So I think it depends on, I guess it depends on the kid, and it depends on, what you share with them of the value of what these things are to you.
And what age you unleash them on it.
Zach was 3.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
But I did beat up some of them though.
The paint was beat, but they were still together. The day that you broke Thing's leg off, the first figure you had, I mean, you were the saddest person in the world. And I took some glue, I put him back together, and we were good to go.
Didn't you break Steel's arm? Did you break Steel's arm off? Was it Steel?
Steel's leg came off.
His leg came off.
Yeah. There's not been very many, luckily, and a lot of our breaks have just been because they fall off the shelf,
Yeah.
Hey, true that. Tell me about it.
All right, so here is the Jason Todd variant with his head a little bit better. Toys Alley keeps on leaking a bunch of their images here. So here he is with that flame sword, whatever that's called. I like it, but I'd rather have the helmeted head.
Yeah, but I mean, we already got the helmeted one. I mean, that's already coming. So, isn't this going to be is this a Target exclusive? Or no,
most likely it will be, but they haven't announced it yet. This isn't even a real announcement.
I think this actually might be Walmart.
Gold label?
I think so, actually, now that I think about it.
There's no true announcement on it yet, so I don't know.
It makes sense for Target, though, since it's red, but I don't know.
Dirty, I did actually value mine when I was a kid because I just got so little. I didn't get a lot of them. So when I'd go over to my friend's house and they have full collections of Joes or ThunderCats or whatever, I had my 2 or 3. I had to like build my own transformer connect, whatever you call them, combiner out of 5 different transformers just to get it done. I never had an actual technical build-a-figure for the Transformers.
Did y'all see Noni's question?
What's that?
What's the one figure you had once and overpaid to get back in the collection?
Mine was Ares. The Ares Build-A-Figure.
I didn't know you bought it back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I sold him. Was it him or was it Crossbones? I think I sold both of them.
It might have been both. We don't really. I mean, I wouldn't say we really need either one.
No, not now.
But
what about you, ManCave?
Where should we start? Where should we start? Well, this guy right here, there's one, Goro. So we just paid like a little over $200 for him.
Woo.
I had him originally. I bought him at retail originally, sold my whole Mortal Kombat collection, and then had to buy him back. But, I mean, I could probably name 20 figures that I've done that on, sold, and then went back and bought again for a higher price like an idiot.
So Wesley said his son gets upset with him because he's still got his figures mint on card except for his turtles.
Oh, that's smart.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, I mean, that's that's fine. You know, different type of collectors out there, so nothing wrong with collecting on card.
Nah.
Hero 702. What did he say? His was D Arts Mega Man Zero version 2. He paid 120. First release paid 120. Now he owns 3 of them. So I don't know what brand that is. D Arts Mega Man.
I'm not sure about D Arts.
Yes, the single carded. Wait, was the original Red Hood single card or in the 2-pack?
I don't know.
That was in the 2-pack with Nightwing, right?
No, there was one in the 2-pack with Nightwing. Have we got another one?
Yeah, there's supposed to be another one.
That's the only one I've ever seen is the 2-pack.
Yeah, that's the only one I've seen out, but they actually do have another one, single carded with the helmet on as well.
Where's that going to be released? Do you know?
Target.
Okay, so maybe this one will be Walmart.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know enough about Transformers to know. What's Titans Return Optimus Prime?
Titans Return. Titans Return was what was before War for Cybertron.
Okay.
Before the whole trilogy started. Tomas says Small Soldiers. What a great movie. And Tomas,
oh gosh, those are such good figures too.
Yeah, if you're a Small Soldiers fan, like be on the lookout for my next haul. There might be a little something related in there. That was an awesome movie.
So we got Streak here. This is probably, in my opinion, what do you think, Zach? The most obscure that he's done so far.
No, I would not say that.
No?
I don't know. Some of the different versions of characters that he does are pretty obscure.
Yeah.
It was rebranded to SH.
I like this figure a lot. This guy looks awesome, in my opinion.
I agree. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty obscure. Because I feel like, I don't know, did he only appear in Batman Beyond?
Yes.
So he's specific to that. But yeah, really, really cool design.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about this, Zach found out, he was looking around, and we got this little pre-order here for Target showing that this particular version comes with the Build-A-Figure. And then there's your angles. Zach found this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Got 2 different versions to get this guy. So this is the first time McFarlane has done this. The exact same figure, nothing different about it, except he's releasing it once with the Build-A-Figure in May, and then again in July without the Build-A-Figure piece.
Mm-hmm.
So that's extremely interesting.
That is really weird. Because, I mean, I think they were saying, like, we did the same thing with Batman Beyond, but it wasn't.
Yeah, no.
It was 2 separate figures. I mean, the different heads and stuff. So I don't really think there's anything different between the 2 that I can tell. But, yeah, I don't know. I think it's definitely odd. Never seen them do that before.
So what figure did you prematurely pay too much for? Mine was the Android Crane.
Yeah.
I paid like $65, $70 for him. And then the next day or next couple days, Phil ManCave found it at a Target for me and picked it up.
I think besides that, we really just typically get stuff for retail price.
Yeah. ManCave's would have been the Ecto 1 from yesterday. Got the original. And
yeah, exactly. How many times do you buy something and then 2 hours later they announce the re-release?
Ugh, sickening.
All
right, so you got your Bizarro. I'm liking the way this guy looks.
Mm-hmm.
Cape looks good.
Frankenstein looking head. The cape's all tattered up.
Yep. His legs look
him putting these stupid cards in every one of them.
Yeah. Are those cards fetching prices like the old Marvel cards are?
I don't know.
The Marvel card market has went nuts.
Here's your
So say ManCave and Zack.
Choose which one.
Which one do you want?
Terrax or Nightmare? So re-release of Terrax or getting a Nightmare figure?
Not of the Terrax.
Probably Terrax.
You think?
So we have Terrax, so we're good with that.
You do. I don't know. That's hard because I don't know.
How old's the Terrax? How old's the original release of Terrax?
So that was the Return of Marvel Legends whenever they took the break. So it is Hasbro, but it's when they took that like 2-year break.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't remember what year that was, but
ball joints in the hips too.
Yeah. So it could stand a revamp.
It could, and a lot of people don't have that. I feel like, and Nightmare. I don't know. I just don't know how much I care to get a Nightmare. I don't know.
It depends on how it looks, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna go with Terrax. I know that sounds weird, but I don't know how I feel about getting a Nightmare. I mean, it would be another character, so I don't know how much I care to get him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's Green Lantern. This is from DC Rebirth. So, Meg, still there?
Hey, Eric.
So
you're breaking up a lot of.
Yeah, you're breaking up a lot on us.
All right, y'all guys talk.
All right. So we got Green Lantern here. So we got John Stewart Green Lantern, also going to be part of this wave with Bizarro. And he looks pretty cool. He's coming with some effects. You got the backpack. You got his gun. You got sort of this armor piece as well. So definitely another one that looks pretty cool overall. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Solid.
I'm loving it, but he needs a lot more Green Lanterns out there.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So do we know if that gun is a reuse from the other Green Lantern we got from the more of the cartoon version?
I don't know.
The John Stewart cartoon.
Yeah.
Justice League version. Yeah. It would make sense if it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
So these are all Target exclusives, though.
Mm-hmm. Wait, are they? Oh,
yes. These three are Target exclusives.
This Nightwing, actually, I think I like more than I thought I was going to. I still hate the body, but that head sculpt looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they're wearing that body out.
Yeah, and it's such a bad body, too.
So bad. The feet are bad. Look at the ankles.
Yeah.
Look at his ankles there. It's like
just that underwear. What is that?
Yeah, it's just bad.
Yeah.
Pinkleton, that is a fantastic pickup. The Dr. Grant Jurassic Park 1993 on card. $60. Well worth it, bud. Good pickup.
Wow. Yeah. That, like I said, doesn't it make you sick that it was $4 originally?
Right. But you know what? Sometimes it's cool I like buying sometimes cards on our figures on card, and you go back and it's got like the old KB Toys sticker on it for like $2.99. Like, that's just a cool nostalgic thing to have on there, you know?
Well, don't you love when it's got the $2.99 and then it's got the mark through it, and you got the $1.99, you got the mark through it, and you got the 99 cent?
Exactly.
So somebody just made a killing off of you.
Absolutely.
Just thinking about how it used to just be sitting on the shelves and no one cared for it, and then it's so hard to find now.
Yep.
All right, so then you got your other variant, and this was Target too?
This should be Target.
So here's your Dr. Fate helmet, Wonder Woman. Of course, you can't take the helmet off, but the other version had the Mohawk head.
Mm-hmm.
I hate this. I really hate this. I love it, but I hate it. You know, give me both heads in one pack.
There's, it's crazy because it's one thing to have a few that's like that, but I feel like the majority of the reveals that we're getting, like so many, are just seeing the same figure again with a new head.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Just, give us different options. I mean, I don't know. It would make sense if, they're releasing a figure and they don't think about putting a certain head sculpt in there. And then, a long time down the road, they're like, okay, here's the figure again with a different head.
Right.
That's one thing. But to just deliberately be putting these out like this, I don't know.
And they put them out literally like months apart. Like, it's not like they wait 2 years and give you a variant.
And I wouldn't mind if they did the 2 years thing, kind of like Marvel does. Later on, they're like, "Oh shoot, we should have done this." And so they give you the figure again, but this time you get both head sculpts.
Right. Like the retro carded figures.
Yeah.
You know, kind of what they're doing with retro card figures. I have no problem with Legends doing that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even if it was just the figure itself re-released again, just on a card, people would buy it up, and I'm fine with that because
True.
A popular character putting on a retro card, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And they are picking popular characters. Like a lot of them, they're giving us characters that people don't, like Rogue. People's having to pay $80 for a Rogue. Well, that gave them a chance to get it at $20.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's solid business, I think.
And they're different. They're different enough that your original Rogue can still keep its value because it's completely different.
True. She didn't keep all her value, but she's
still a decent amount. Yeah. Not. Yeah, it'll definitely drop it, but still at the same time, I would still rather certain fans be able to get certain key characters. But with this McFarlane stuff. I say how you want to have the different head sculpts in one box and everything, but at the same time, it's like, them releasing it this way also gives you the option to choose which figure you want to buy and them not have to use as much plastic in each box. But it's just, it makes you have to choose which option you want before you buy a figure or whenever you're buying a figure versus letting you have the freedom to choose once you actually get it in hand. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know much about Warhammer. Is this a game you played?
No, I never played. I think Warhammer, maybe some guys in the comments can correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say it's like a tabletop game.
Oh, okay.
That maybe there were some video games or it spun off into a type of video game, but I know for sure there's a tabletop version of Warhammer. So
these armors definitely look awesome.
Oh,
and
for sure.
They're massive too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's some chunky plastic, man. The ones I've seen in Walmarts and the NECA sections, and I know this is McFarlane, but they're in that kind of specialty collectible section in Walmart. I mean, they're chunky, heavy figures.
And are these $20?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool thing. That is one cool thing about McFarlane is getting these big too for $20.
And yeah, you say that, and then like you said, what he did with the deluxe stuff, throwing them out there for 40. So
I know,
but that's what he said from the get-go. How he would make his money. He said there's going to be figures that are going to feel a little more than they should be, and then there's going to be figures where you're going to feel like you're getting a very good deal on them, and somewhere we'll meet in the middle. From a money-making standpoint,
depending on what'll fit in what size box.
Mm-hmm.
So I misspoke in a video I did, a couple of videos I did earlier today or this week. I had shown the Noob Cybot and what was the other one? Cabal. Those we'd actually seen. I guess this was just the first time they went up for pre-order this week. So we'd already seen these. This one, though, this Blood variant, which is a GameStop exclusive, is the new figure that was revealed this week. Those other variants were actually the exact same figures that I had seen before in my videos. So I like this Blood variant. I think it looks really good.
I especially like it on the weapon.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Can they do something different, ManCave, to make this where you can put the like even with Storm Collectibles, where you can put an attachment on something to give the blood variations along with the regular figure? I wonder.
Storm has some stuff like that. Storm comes with blood accessories. Yeah. So you can attach it. Like one of the figures I've got somewhere, like it's like a half blown up head, and like the blood squirting off of it. And so I mean they do some cool stuff like that. So you can, even though the figure is a clean figure, they give you some kind of blood effects to go with it. Like the Liu Kang, not Liu Kang, what's the one we looked at a couple weeks ago? I'm drawing a blank on him now.
With the hat?
Yeah.
The rabbit in the hat?
Yeah, what's his daggone name? I forgot it. It'll come to me. But anyways, I think we get some kind of blood effect with him.
Yeah. So here's a good question. Thoughts on army builders, guys. How many do you feel like is satisfying for collecting, for doing army building?
For us, I would say, we're not that big on armor building, but 5 maybe. Yeah. I think probably on the lower end.
Yeah, we're 4 to 5. ManCave, you just try to match with what the cartoon had.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big army builder. I mean, I've army built like foot soldiers, but that's only because they forced us to.
Yeah, that's true.
The Triceratons, I bought 3 because that's what the cartoon showed that there were. Yeah, I don't really army build too much.
But I feel like, if you are into army building, then I would say 5 to 8 is about right.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
And then you have some people that go overboard and buy 15, 20 of something, and
right.
But you do you.
Yeah.
Noni has a good point. Army building is way too much space, and that's true. Like if you're limited in space, which we all are for the most part as collectors, we're always hunting for more space. Yeah, if you got 10 of a putty figure from Power Rangers, that's more putty than the whole Ranger team. You know, so you're taking up half a shelf with just putty.
Yeah.
Kung Lao is your
Kung Lao. Yeah.
Kung Lao, yeah.
I mean, like I said, somebody army build, you had 10 of the Sentinels. I mean, that's a lot of room to have 10 Sentinels in your room.
That's a commitment there.
And some of you guys might have a full basement of this stuff or something, but I don't. I got a little 13 by 11 room. So, All right. So here is your Transformers. What is this called? Megatron Leader Class Pack. So this was supposed to be like a blind pack, I guess. One of these boxes right here.
They've put out a couple of those. They put out 3 or 4 of those little
blind packs. Yeah.
Look like
Megatron, same Megatron we've had, but this actually has that that ability to put the armor on him from the other Transformer.
Yeah.
So you got that T-Rex that it can also transform into a bot himself, and then he turns into a tank mode.
So why do you think they're doing these blind packs? Anyway.
That I don't understand either.
So how does it work? Is it like a random figure in there, or do you know what's going to be in it?
Well, once they reveal it like this, you also obviously know,
Yeah.
But they weren't supposed to reveal this, I don't think, yet. Until all the pre-orders went out.
Okay. That's interesting. I would say, because I was wondering if that was maybe their way of seeing if they can put figures out there, maybe without having, because they're trying to be more eco-friendly and not use as much plastic with their boxes.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later too.
I don't know. But.
All right, so we talked about these. I'm going to fly through these. ManCave, did you find these out in the wild already?
I have seen some of them. I didn't see this guy.
Okay, so we got the deep cover figure here.
Yeah.
And I love the way that car looks.
Mm-hmm.
It's all beat up in the front there. Got the windshields all scraped up.
Yeah.
You can see it on his shins there. Then you got your Cheetor.
Seen Cheetor out and about.
Packaging looks good. Got a small window there, but I love the artwork. And then you got, I'm not going to pronounce it again. I screwed up last week too.
I've seen him though.
Decius Army Drone.
Yeah, Decius Army Drone.
So from the Quintessence stuff. So he kind of reminds me of Ironhide.
It's just a re-release of Ironhide is what it appears. From the Siege line.
And then you have your Sparkless Bot from the Decepticons. I like the way this guy looks. Got that rusted look to him.
Saw him out and about.
And that car looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then from Super 7, they are doing their Super Cyborg of the Sound Blaster, is what this guy is.
Oh, okay.
So there's a tease of that. It's got all those gears in it, I guess. And to me, those things don't look like they move. Looks like it's just one solid piece of plastic there inside, but then you kind of look at the gears on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed up some more images of the clear Cobra Bat from G.I. Joe for Super 7 and their Super Cyborg Wave. I think these are like 12 inches tall. And Pinkleton, Beast Wars was after my time. But if I had to say a favorite bot from what I've seen, I like the Megatron. And then we talked about this Mezco. I think did we talk about this?
I don't know, but I pre-ordered it.
Did you really?
Yeah. That thing looks amazing. And Destro was always one of my favorite designed. His design just always appeals to me for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And so I pre-ordered this one. I thought it'd be cool to have.
And you got a rifle that can break up into different pieces, a handgun, a scope on it with a silencer, and then the rifle itself.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Mezco does a good job on weapons too. They don't typically have a real cheap feel or anything like that.
This one may be one of the ones I buy back from you once you decide you're done with it.
Well, one of the reasons too in buying this is that if they do continue this line, if they go ahead and start doing a Snake Eyes or a Storm Shadow or Duke, I mean, this figure after it sells out, it'll be a $250 Mezco. You know?
Yeah.
People will be having all kinds of regret for not buying it.
Mm-hmm. I'm probably gonna be one of those guys because man, I love Joe's. I love Joe's in a bigger scale. I don't like my 3 3/4 Joe's that I had. I love the vehicles, but I didn't like the Joe's. Now that I go back and look at them,
yeah,
just nothing to me. It's just hard to display them.
It is. That was my problem with what I had over here. They just, shelf presence is a big thing when you're collecting. You want to walk in a room and you want a figure to have shelf presence. You can see it from across the room. it gives you that feeling like, man, that was a good buy.
Yeah.
And when you look at those little figures like that, just sitting over there, you're just like, man, I can't even tell who that is from over here.
Yeah.
But this guy though, man, he's going to look good. Look at those head sculpts.
I like the smiling one. All right, Samo Flange, I think is what they're calling this thing that we're getting with our Thunder Tank. So we're spending $500 and getting a little tool as a throw-in.
What a great throw-in.
So, yay.
For that price, they should throw in Panthro.
Yeah, another Panthro in general.
Yeah, I mean, you should get Panthro with the shorts already put on properly, and the tool.
I just think it's a funny throw in. I don't know.
So Wesley says, what do you think about the PCS cheaper statues like Transformers and Turtles? I don't know what PCS is.
Those look fantastic. They're at GameStop, and the G.I. Joes and the Turtles look really, really good.
But it's just a statue. You got no articulation, right? Yeah,
it's they're made of like PVC. So they're kind of like, you remember the gallery statues I had for a while?
Yeah.
They're kind of around that same scale and kind of made very similar.
Okay.
Those. But they're at GameStop. They're actually really nice looking. The G.I. Joe ones look great.
From Hero, he's got any theories on the Hasbro event April 9th? No, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
because all the brands are going to be showing off their new stuff. So last year was huge.
I think it depends. It depends on which brand. I mean, I would know for Marvel Legends, I think we're going to see a lot of MCU figures.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I think we're definitely going to see that. I don't know, maybe Fantastic Four stuff.
Yeah, definitely the vintage line of Fantastic Four.
Age of Apocalypse, maybe. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking right now. Some other exclusives and stuff like that, but who knows?
Suplex, I have not done a Marvel Legends Icons video yet. I need to do that. It's on my list. The big question from Jacob, ManCave and Zack in Marvel Legends.
Absolutely.
What do you say? Do you guys want to finish your Black Order comic version?
Mm-hmm.
Black Order, since you guys have Thanos on Thanos, we should get Black Order comic figures. Yes, 100%. They did the Amazon exclusive with the repaints of the MCU versions. And we have MCU versions sitting on our shelf, just a kind of a placeholder. But I definitely want the comic accurate stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If they put out a Black Order comic accurate, I will build that team.
Nice.
So, because I've already got the Thanos, I just have him with the Avengers for now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would gladly have a Black Order team as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, ManCave, you already talked about this guy. You did a review on him. You love him. He's your favorite in the world. This is actually a picture from your review.
Oh, is it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see how you cropped that down.
Yes, sir. So, I would have never imagined this would have been cool, but you said this is one of your favorites now.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's just a 15-inch version of the NECA Raphael that we've already gotten. It's amazing, and that goes back to like what I said with the shelf presence thing. I mean, look at this guy's size. You imagine those 4 standing on a shelf. Like you can't get more shelf presence than that.
Yeah. Now, you had the movie versions in the larger scale.
And I sold them, and I pre-ordered them through Big Bad Thrift Store. And what's bad was I bought them originally for $99. They were $99 originally. Now they're $124 on the second release. NECA upped the price.
Pinkleton, yeah, we're done with the 3 3/4 Joes. ManCave sold all his already. I never got into it myself just because once they did the classified stuff, I'm like, yep, I'm sticking 6-inch. I just want to see some vehicles. That bike from Baroness isn't enough yet. We need to get some more vehicles out there.
Yeah, that's all we get is bikes from Hasbro, really.
So talking about this, I put that picture in there to kind of give you a plug there, ManCave. But the reveal this week was the Donatello in the same scale.
Looks great.
You got you can see your head there where you can pop off the bottom jaw from the mask. So Donatello, he's on pre-order for you as well, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
I like the way they look. It's just a size thing, man. I don't have room for it.
Yeah. If we had the room, I would totally want those.
Yeah. So here is the, what is this called? Friday the 13th, Part 7, the New Blood Jason Voorhees Ultimate Figure. This guy looks amazing. Got those tattered pants and shirt. You can see the burn underneath him there.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple weapons here. You got this sickle here. Oh, where'd it go? Don't I have the other one? Oh, here it is. Hang on. Give it a second. All right, here is the, I don't even know what you call that tool right there. Got that one. And then he's got, notice that chain around his neck too, like he's been chained up somewhere and broke it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got his chainsaw here with the blade on it. That is crazy.
Yeah. It's pretty
I said chainsaw, I meant weed eater. Weed eater with the blade on it there.
Mm-hmm.
Who has ever come with a weed eater in action figure form?
Did he have that weed eater in the movie? Wasn't that the 7th movie or something?
Yes, number 7.
So are those accurate to the movie?
I don't know. I haven't watched enough of these. If I did watch them, I wouldn't know which one I even watched.
Yeah.
So do you think they'll give the, and I think you talked about this in your video, you think we'll get a 15-inch for the Shredder and Bebop Rocksteady type stuff going on too?
I think it'll depend on how the sales do. I think it'll solely be based on how well these 15-inchers sell. You can see that, with the 15-inch movie versions, they have not went very far. Those have been out for what, 2.5, 3 years, and they've only done what, Shredder and Foot.
You did do a Shredder, and there wasn't a Splinter.
They didn't do a Splinter.
So it was just the Foot Soldier and Shredder. Okay.
Shredder,
and then the Turtles, right?
And the Turtles, yeah.
Okay.
So, and that I'm aware of, there really hadn't been much talk or rumor in the rumor mill about more of those coming. So I don't know if that meant they didn't sell well enough, or they're just, NECA just has so much on their plate. They're just not, it's maybe hard trying to fit those in, those are definitely more of a specialist niche type of collectible, like you guys said, y'all don't want to sacrifice the space. And I think a lot of guys feel that way, for 15-inch figures. It's basically a statue, is what you have. It's the size of like a statue. So
I would say that I feel like the cartoon will definitely go further than that, though, than the movies.
I can see that, definitely.
I just don't feel like they would go past the main characters.
True.
True.
So they teased us with this NECA Doc Brown from Back to the Future 2 showing the money off here.
Hmm.
And so now here's the real images of him with his clear tie, his glasses.
That looks really good.
It's definitely expanding. This universe is expanding from NECA's standpoint here.
They got the hair right.
Yeah. And then you got there's a close-up of him with Michael J. Fox or Marty McFly there in his 2000. What year would have that been in the future? Wasn't that 2020?
Yeah, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
I think it was.
I watch those movies. It's been so many years since I watched those movies.
I'm pretty sure it was.
So the other day you'd mentioned something about the Loyal Subjects Best Action and that they hadn't shown a lot off. Well, here is one of your other Lord of the Rings ones. This is what is this one?
That's golly, what's his name?
Sauron.
Sauron, yeah.
Yep. So there's another one of those.
Wonder how big it will be.
That's a good question. I mean, they're supposed to be 5-inch figures, so with those horns on there, I'm thinking 6. 2015, you're right. Yeah, 20 years or
so 2015.
30 years after. I'm going to fly through some of these real quick, kind of do them in groups. The Lucasfilms 50th anniversary. Yeah, these 4 figures. My favorite of this is the Darth Maul. And it's funny, the what's his name? Carnor Jax that they put on the package. They came out and said it's actually not even Carnor Jax, it's Kerr Kano. So they actually got a misprint on the label for who this guy is. So these are pretty cool. I don't know if this is going to be up your alley or not, ManCave. But you got the Mattel Ultimates Stone Cold.
Yeah, I've already pre-ordered him and Ric Flair.
So you got him and Ric Flair. So that's $70 for those two, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Got a lot of stuff. Got your different head sculpts there.
Mm-hmm.
Got that nice knee brace there. I like the way this Ric Flair looks. This is probably my favorite Ric Flair I've ever seen.
It looks amazing.
They definitely should make more Rebels and Clone Wars stuff in the 3 3/4 stuff. Star Wars, I mean, Star Wars' big thing is 3 3/4. So you see a lot of those out on the hunts, don't you?
I do. I do see a lot of 3 3/4, but they go fairly quick. I mean, they don't hang around very long. When they put out a new wave, normally within about 2 weeks, it's gone. So there's definitely some 3 3/4 collectors out there. Boy, he's gonna wear out the Spawn, ain't he?
Oh yeah.
Yes. So here is what he's calling the Lord Covenant Spawn. I like the blue. Don't you like the blue on it?
It looks cool. Yeah. I just don't have any tie to it.
So with the Mortal Kombat 11 game, is Spawn a huge part of it?
Yeah. I mean, he's an add-on character. He was added to it. He's not a main character. He's not in the story mode, but he's a cool character. I fought with him.
You got Rambo and Terminator there too, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
But he's loving the Spawn, I think.
Oh yeah.
And then we got some real images of the gold label Curse of Apocalypse version here, which we saw some blurry images of a long time ago. They like to call this the mustard version, I guess. So which is better, the mustard or the blue?
I like the blue better.
I think I like the mustard one. I don't know. I feel like the yellow makes more sense to me on it.
Yep.
But
I like blue. Like I said, just to put the name mustard with it kind of throws it off for me.
Well, you don't.
That ruins it.
It ruins it. But he's got the mace here instead of the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Which we've already got the mace version of the regular as well.
Right. Yeah, Nani says the mustard looks better. They definitely teased the Violator figure for his Spawn line.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to be doing a huge Spawn line with his 4 4 comic book series. He's going to start back at number 1s this year.
Mm-hmm.
Savage Dragon. Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh, that would be amazing.
We had Savage Dragon back in the day with the Legendary Comic Book Heroes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And even though I didn't know anything about him, he was amazing looking.
He came with a Build-A-Figure piece.
Came
For
with
a
the pit
right?
stuff, yep.
Yeah.
The pet Build-A-Figure.
Which again was, even though I sold all 3 of them that I had for a great profit to keep our collecting going, that pit was one of my favorite Build-A-Figures.
I'll have a pit at some point in my life. I'm going to have a pit. But he is easily right now going for $350 to $400.
So guys, expect that on ManCave's next toy haul.
The pit Build-A-Figure is coming.
Oh gosh.
Entertainment Earth is a store just like Big Bad, Darkseid, those type of stores that you can get your stuff online with. Technically, Hasbro Pulse is the same type of thing. You just get Hasbro stuff there. But Entertainment, Big Bad, and Darkseid, you can get all your different brands. Which one do you feel like has the most? Do you think Entertainment and Big Bad are about the same?
Probably BBTS is probably the biggest.
The biggest.
You think so?
The most well stocked and the most. I would say it's inventory wise and selection, probably BBTS for sure. They go all the way out to like third party and they do all kinds of stuff,
So y'all remember that Mecha Godzilla we showed a couple weeks ago?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So here's another Evangelion from this from this 3-0 Robo Duo. So here he is in package. And he's okay looking. I don't know anything about it. The Mecha Godzilla made a lot more sense to me. But this guy's tall, skinny. He's got some great articulation on him. Got that jaw articulation too. You can see the teeth inside his mouth. Got the blaster. Again, I don't know much about him, but he's really cool looking. Got the figure stand there that he can kind of go up on. And then we got our SH Figure Arts Falcon and Winter Soldier here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the face sculpts on these.
Me neither.
They look like them, but they look like caricatures.
Yeah.
Like a caricature drawing?
Yeah.
Is that not how they like? It looks like them when you look at them. You see those actors.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
But there's something almost like comical about them.
I think they look like they have like saggy faces.
They do.
The
top of their heads are too big, and I don't know. Yeah, but it definitely looks like them. I mean, the scans are there, but
yeah,
there's definitely something odd about them.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting thing here, and I don't know if this means anything or not, because this is kind of a spoiler for the Falcon Winter Soldier. We haven't gotten to this point yet in the show. He hasn't had this costume on yet. But notice Winter Soldier's carrying the shield. Wonder if that's kind of giving us a little tease for what's going to happen in the show. Even though Cap handed it to Falcon.
And then Falcon handed it over to the museum.
Yep. Oops.
Oh.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, shoot. Oh, gosh.
We're not there yet.
Oh, my bad. I'm just off. Well, we did kind of give a spoiler alert at the beginning of this.
That is true. That's
Granted,
true.
a lot of these guys weren't in here maybe at that time, but just so you guys know, there's going to probably be some spoilers here. So if you've not seen Snyder Cut or Falcon Winter Soldier Episode 1, close your ears.
Nani. So Damien mentioned that we're going to be getting probably the Super 7 ThunderCats Wave 3 before we get our Wave 2. Probably get 3 and 4 before we get Wave 2.
I think we've known that for a while, right?
Yeah. Gosh, that U.S. agent. Oh my God, I hate to say this because it is an actual person, but oh my gosh, that guy looks stupid in his mask.
He looks so stupid. But hey, that's Pinkleton with the spoilers, not us.
Yes, it is. So I like the jetpack here. And then he has the ability to pop out the wings as well, I guess. And then he comes with Red Wing. So I like that. And Red Wing looks like he pops off of the backpack there.
Yeah. That looks solid. That right there, the one with the wings out, that looks solid.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's got the mask on, and maybe that's what throws off the figure's face is when you put his mask on, or when you take it off.
I don't know.
I don't know.
The heads just look weird. The heads look too big for the bodies, I think.
Pinkleton hadn't seen it yet.
Oh.
I agree with you, Jerry. We'll get to that. I love those extended scenes of the big battles for the Atlanteans and the Amazonians. Man, those are awesome. So look, yeah, right there. Look at him with his goggles on. That looks so much better.
That looks way better.
It looks better, but I still think it's a little off. Not as bad, though.
And then you got what are they calling this? This is a Kickstarter for Animal Warriors of Kingdom Primal.
Yeah. I pre-ordered a couple of those, or I backed a couple of those.
Now, when you back one of these, do you back specific ones?
Yeah. So the way they're doing it, I backed Action Force. Do you remember? Have y'all seen Action Force with the Sergeant Slaughter and the?
Yes.
Have y'all seen those? Okay. So I backed Action Force. I believe I did a 3. Did I do a 3-pack on that? I think I backed the 3 of those. And in this one I backed, I'm trying to remember if when I backed it, did I pick them now or do we pick them? This one may be that we pick them at the end, but the 2 I'm going to back is Pale. And once we get to him, I'll show you the other one.
Yeah, Pale looks pretty awesome. Got that mohawk there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's cool.
And then you got a trio and Tiberius.
Hmm.
And then you got, where's the other one? Did I not get it? Shoot.
No. If you go back to the main.
Kylie and Ravagers, the other 2.
Kylie is the other one. And I guess he's kind of like, the way I understood it, he was kind of like the main baddie in this thing. So I figured I'd grab him, but I'm just going in on them just to see if they end up like Mythic Legions. You know, Mythic Legions started off as Kickstarter. Now all their Kickstarter figures go for like $250 a piece. So I was like, why not just go ahead?
This is really cool. You got your weapons here, and you got your different heads you can swap off here too. So showing you a nice setup there of the way their articulation is.
Yeah, I think these will look pretty cool, like the background, like the ThunderCats display or something.
It would be.
Yeah.
They're only 6-inch though. They are 6-inch figures. They're not 7.
Well,
so
that is called Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. So 1/12 scale primal series.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have one I'm assuming you're definitely going to get your hands on. The Transformers Kingdom Galvatron.
Oh, 100%.
This looks amazing.
Yeah, he looks great. I need him for my movie shelf.
Yes. All right, and then this is going to be one of your army builders, the guys we've been talking about. So I think this is definitely going to be something that guys are going to pick up a buttload of.
I dread trying to find this guy.
Are you going to try to find it?
100%.
Okay, so you need it for which head? Which one are you going to try to do?
I want that really dumb looking head right there.
The alien head right there?
Yeah, or the policeman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want about 4 or 5 of these.
Yeah.
Well, we need them because we don't have any. The only thing we have is the one that came with Casey.
Yeah.
Oh, so y'all only have 1 foot soldier?
Yeah.
Oh, so y'all definitely need at least 2 or 3 of them.
I mean, I want the alien. I want the cop. I want the one with the regular, the yellow emblem.
Yeah.
You know, another one too. I don't know.
It's got all those weapons. I mean, you can easily have 5 of these and all 5 look completely different.
Did y'all just lose me again?
I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Interesting. The amazing Yamaguchi Rebel Tech got us a variant here of the Iron Spider in black and gold this time now. So we had the red from last week.
Well, that's his uncle. You know, in the new Spider-Man stuff, his uncle shows up in that armor.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
After Prowler, when he puts a team together, it's almost like a the Sinister Six, but it's kind of a different version, kind of going after Miles. He's wearing that armor, his uncle.
Mm-hmm. And we're talking comic book wise, right?
Yeah, comic book.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
a cool.
Amazing.
That's a cool looking color combination there.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Gold.
And then this was my number one this week. If y'all go see my video, it's the Hot Toys Nightmare Batman and the black and silver Superman 2-pack here.
Now they know how to do a head sculpt.
Oh my gosh. And they did multiple head sculpts in this too, of course.
Yeah. That almost looks like, is that really him or is that a toy? You know? Looks amazing. I might get back.
I will say this was one of my weirdest scenes in the Snyder Cut.
Very weird.
The nightmare scene was in this case.
Yeah.
Spoilers again.
The Joker thing disappointed me. Jared Leto.
Me too, so much.
That whole little scene of Jared Leto just, I don't know, that just bothered me.
Yeah, we'll get to that here in a second.
Yeah.
So tell me about these eyes with these Hot Toys. Is there some kind of light up effect in them, or is that just something that
they've put plenty of light up effects in different stuff? I had Iron Man figures that had light up effects, and so yeah, I mean they're not. I don't know that this will be light up. It definitely kind of looks like it there. You know, a lot of times they'll have something like where the hair sculpt will come off, and there's a little little on off switch or something like that. But that looks unreal right there.
So Nani, I'm with you. I mean, the fact that you have to buy this as a 2-pack, that's tough.
Oh, this is only as a 2-pack?
I'm thinking that's what how they're showing it off here.
Oh man,
it's called a collectible set. So
okay, they normally don't do that. That's kind of new.
See, because that'd be like a weird Batman to go with.
Right? Yeah. That Batman doesn't even go with this Superman. Like they played no role together. Like that doesn't make any sense.
All right, and I kind of talked about this a second ago, but here is the guys. Spoiler alert: we're starting to get into the Justice League stuff here. But here's what was said by DC. I appreciate that they love Zack's work, which we did, and we are very thankful for his many contributions to DC. We're just so happy that he could bring his cut of the Justice League to life, because that wasn't in the plan until about a year ago. With that comes the completion of his trilogy, which that kind of leaves it there. Are we going to really get the completion? We're very happy we've done this, but we're very excited about the plans we have for all the multi-dimensional DC characters that are being developed right now. Now, I'm sorry, let me go back and rephrase that. The trilogy they're talking about is the fact that he did the Superman, the BVS, and this Justice League. But he was really wanting to do the fourth one, which was the Justice League 2 as well, which you kind of got a tease for in the end credit scenes.
Right. They definitely set it up.
Which would have been more like an Injustice type of thing, right?
Right.
With Darkseid as the main as sort of a villain too.
Totally. Yep. So here we go. Justice League Snyder Cut, HBO Max. I loved it. There were definitely some parts that drug for me. Definitely parts that I was confused about. And this is one of them. I didn't remember the scream as prominent whenever I watched BVS. Maybe it was, but they showed that his scream was heard around the world basically whenever he was dying. Where did that hit you, ManCave?
Yeah, I don't recall that happening at all. Actually, in BVS, I don't recall that scream kind of reverberating around the whole world like that at all. I don't really remember him touching on that.
Yeah. So his scream caused what me and Zach feel like, I guess, the closest box, which would have been, honestly, I don't know. The only one that actually like opened up, cracked open, was the one on the Themyscira with the Amazons.
Mm-hmm.
Cyborgs kind of shook in the corner, then went back to sleep.
But they kind of said, they definitely made it clear that the boxes were afraid of Superman.
Right.
So I think when those boxes realized his death, that's what kind of allowed them or made them feel comfortable coming alive.
Right. Yeah. But then why was it so hard for the Parademons to track down the other two boxes? You know,
Yeah.
like if they they weren't awake yet. The other two boxes weren't awake yet.
Yeah, they weren't activated. Yeah.
It's weird, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that didn't make sense. I mean, I don't really have an issue with the fact that they had the whole screaming scene because I don't really feel like they had to touch on that in BVS. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they had to really touch on that part necessarily, sort of going around the world, because I mean they wouldn't really have to get into the different boxes and whatnot then, compared to sort of explaining it in this.
Yeah, I agree. I liked it. It was definitely a better intro than the original.
Yes and no. I feel like the intro had a lot of things that made me question more. For example, like Lex being in the water and Steppenwolf showing up.
Yeah, Steppenwolf was just like appearing out of nowhere. That was kind of interesting.
That's it. Yeah, I don't know. Just certain. I loved it. The plot was so much. I know it was like the same plot, but the plot made sense this time. You know.
Yeah.
Like the whole story flowed a lot better. But there were a few scenes that I don't feel like necessarily flowed perfectly and didn't always make the most sense. But as a whole, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the Wonder Woman scene with her speed?
Amazing.
So I loved it too, but is she really that fast?
I think she is, right?
I don't remember her ever having that kind of speed in the comics.
Isn't she just kind of like a dialed down Superman for the most part with her powers?
I guess so. But the speed that she was doing, that was Flash-esque speed there to beat bullets like that across the whole group of people there.
Mm-hmm.
X Ryan, yes, you need to watch the Justice League Snyder Cut. You have to watch it. It's completely different. The Cavell mustache is completely fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is a completely different movie.
Oh,
Whenever I was going into watching it, I was expecting minor changes, but whenever I watched it, like I didn't even hardly see that it was the same thing. I felt like I was watching a completely different movie, and I feel like the majority of the movie was completely different.
Yeah, I mean, there was maybe 4 scenes that I could look at and say, did they change anything with that? And this is one of them. But I know that there were some changes in these scenes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, completely. I mean, I think it's a 4-hour movie. There's going to be a lot of new material.
Wasn't it a lot more brutal as well? I don't remember so much blood in the first release.
Which is why this was rated R. Was the original rated R?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, I don't feel like it was necessarily rated R material. I didn't see that much, but.
Well, they only dropped the F-bomb twice, and that was Cyborg the first time and Batman the second time, I think.
But we've just never seen like Wonder Woman, Superman, like these people throw people into walls and they splatter.
Yeah.
That's a whole new thing for like our, fresh and clean, Superman and Wonder Woman people,
That is totally true. She threw some of these guys in the bank and you definitely saw a splatter.
Yeah, they just splattered blood on the wall. So yeah, it's
a different view on these characters.
Yeah, it's like Deadpool,
Completely. Yeah. And obviously she killed the dude with the hat and the gun because she did her bracelets and she blew him up, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't mind killing, I guess.
No, it was nice. It was a good take on it.
This is ugly. So this was Flash's shoes.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah, when he'd come out of them.
So you thought that was good?
I thought it was cool. Yeah.
I guess, and that makes sense for why he has to have his special suit.
Mm-hmm.
But how in the world did he afford all of that equipment and his special suit if he's sitting there struggling to live and struggling to be able to pay for college?
Maybe that'll be explained in his movie.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I felt like a lot of the stories were given a good amount. I mean, a lot of the characters were given a lot of pretty good backstory.
Yes.
But I feel like Flash, there was just nothing there.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. The only thing you got was that weird relationship that he had with Iris.
Yeah, we got that Iris scene, but that never went anywhere. That we never got. Like, I thought they would explore that more throughout the movie, but no, it was just that one scene. They didn't even really acknowledge that it was Iris necessarily, and it was just sort of him saving somebody.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, if you want to take it from the perspective of, oh, it's Flash, let's show him in a cool scene. He has powers. He's saving someone. Yeah, that's cool. But from us knowing that's Iris, that sort of leaves us sort of at a wanting more, not understanding why that wasn't explored a bit more.
Did y'all think that the hot dog scene was the stupidest thing that you've ever seen in a movie?
Hmm.
I wouldn't say that's stupid. I mean, Flash is a very interesting character in this
He
film.
was completely. He did not quite have his mind all there. Maybe his mind was working too fast and he just couldn't.
I think that's how they were trying to portray him.
Oh, 100%.
He's just, his mind is working 1,000 times faster than everybody around him.
Or he's just he's like really smart, but not as street smart, or not as, not as, you know what I mean?
He's naive.
Or that's it. Yeah.
He's naive to the real world, but he's, like you said, he's a pretty smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, he's not fast enough to run away from her before she sees him. So obviously now she knows he's Flash. Or she knows that there is a Flash, I should say. So, of course, she doesn't know it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needed it for the job application. You're right.
Yep.
Pinkerton, be good, buddy.
Guys, ManCave Collectibles is going to have to run as well.
All right, buddy.
I hate to leave that early. Y'all enjoy it, guys, in the chat. Appreciate y'all hanging out. We'll catch y'all later.
All right. So one of the big things that concerned me that I started looking at with the Amazons when they first were there with the cube or with the mother box, they're all guarding a mother box that has not awakened yet, right?
Right.
And there's 100, maybe 50, I don't know how many it was, standing there just guarding the mother box.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That for thousands of years that they've been standing there watching this box.
Yeah, I didn't understand that completely either. The only thing I can think is that they didn't do a good job of explaining that something happened to make them think that they needed to watch the mother box.
Yeah.
And
then when it finally cracked and opened up, that's whenever they were like, okay, we need to go tell the queen.
Like, I don't know if there was some type of event, or maybe the box had some type of activity or something, and they had to be there. I don't know. They didn't do a great job of explaining that. But
this battle scene, oh my gosh, it was so epic, and I feel so bad that she, destroyed this temple, and then all of a sudden they all fly out of it. She did her best to try and protect the world, and Steppenwolf and his parademons were just too powerful for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is crazy. You would think that would at least kill some of the parademons, unless it was different parademons. And
he might have popped some more out there. I don't know. There's so many of them, I guess.
Yeah.
So Jacob, I would love to see a part 2, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't either. But yeah, that would, because they set that up so much. They set up, Darkseid was going to be coming. He was going to be coming, to claim that anti-life equation and everything, and not only setting up just Darkseid, but setting up Superman as the next villain, as an Injustice style alongside Darkseid.
Yeah.
And yeah, that would have been crazy,
But seeing this new scene here where Steppenwolf went and took this from the Amazons showed, yes, he is worthy to be the big bad of this movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because that's the thing. In the original Justice League, we're like, okay, why is Steppenwolf this big bad of the film? It didn't make any sense. He didn't seem worthy of it. But yeah, in the Snyder Cut version, it was like, okay, he makes sense to be the big bad because he's trying to reclaim, his name. He's just going to a certain planet, to conquer that planet as well. And I'm sure there's probably other people, going to other places to conquer them. And it just happens to be that Steppenwolf, was on Earth to do that. Yeah. So
I knew this would be the big one because this was the one that Darkseid lost. So
yeah. And he, yeah, exactly. And Steppenwolf didn't know that at first. Yeah. That he thought it was just going to be another planet.
Well, no, the only reason that was happening was because the something equation.
The anti-life equation?
Yeah, so that's what he didn't know about. He knew about the mother boxes being there.
He knew about the mother boxes, because the parademons heard the first one that was activated there. Yeah.
So this got me thinking, what in the world are we doing? These women, when they started singing after Aquaman left Batman. Oh my gosh.
That was very
interesting. That was such a weird scene.
It was. It would have been one thing if they were just sort of singing in the background, but it carried on for a weirdly long time. I don't know. Very strange.
Yeah, Mira definitely took it very seriously. She was taking the mother box seriously, so they definitely guarded their box as well. It was only us humans on Earth that just did something stupid and just buried it. You know, really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these girls were very creepy, and what they were doing, I guess they were just trying to show that to them, Aquaman, the way he showed up in their city, was just like a god to them, and the way she went and grabbed his sweater up like it was such an amazing thing. I'm thinking that's why they went to this extreme of them seeing like they were.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt like that was weird though, because I felt like Aquaman later on said like the people on Earth like didn't treat him as a king or something.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Neither one. He wasn't a king on either one.
I don't know.
This scene right here bugged the crap out of me because there was no reason for his dad to lock himself in that room, in my opinion. Now, you think otherwise. You think maybe he was doing it just because he thought Steppenwolf could jump in the room faster, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think that just gave him an extra barrier.
Yeah.
You know, in order to, I don't know. To me, at first, it didn't make a whole lot of sense. I was like, wait, why did that just happen? The mother box wasn't even destroyed. But then they explain, you know, the whole heat thing.
Yeah, he was just trying to heat it up. But he knew it was going to kill him, and he had it's not like he had to like push a button on the machine itself. He had a remote control, so he could have done it from anywhere.
He could have. But then again, you know, I think Steppenwolf kind of, I don't know. It just made it for a more emotional type of Cyborg losing his dad too. I don't know.
Yeah. And again, backstory. So there you go. You got more backstory for Cyborg's character now.
Mm-hmm.
And there he is burning away. So that really just bugged me. This is what also bugged me. And I know he can do whatever he wants to with his armor. But those weird arms that were coming off his back, I did not understand those at all.
Yeah. I was not a big fan of that either.
And, you know, knowing the fact that we're getting those arms were in the movie and you got your helmeted version there, why didn't McFarlane go ahead and throw that aspect into his figure?
That's true. Unless they didn't know about it.
Maybe he didn't. But, guys, that's just, I don't like that at all. That's nothing I've ever seen in Cyborg before.
Well, Cyborg was already such an interesting take.
Yeah.
On the character.
Yeah, he was so cybernetic. You know, just the face is all you see human-wise, even though he had, you know, still his upper torso and everything they could have still used. His right arm partially he could have still used.
But that was the interesting part, was the fact that, you know, like the mother box, whenever like whatever it did to heal him, you know, you saw it like completely cover him like that. Mm-hmm. So the fact that it was the mother box that sort of did that made sense to me, why it sort of covered him all the way, versus, you know, just having like, you know, replacing with different cybernetic parts and whatnot.
And of course, now he's even more powerful than ever because he actually, I'm assuming, once he merged with the mother boxes, he became the mother box.
Did he merge with them? I mean, I guess he did, because of one of the end credit scenes with
them putting that tape recorder back together.
First, yeah. So I would assume so, because plus they said that the mother boxes were destroyed.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, if we see this which we're not going to see a second Justice League, but if we did, you know, that's why Darkseid wouldn't be able to turn everyone into parademons.
Yeah. So it's interesting to me. Oh my gosh, how many 100,000 of worlds he's turned to dust. So of course this reminds you of Thanos as well. You know, he's done the same type of thing, I guess, taking over worlds like crazy with all this armada that he's got.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way that this looked. I like that flashback scene.
Yep.
Especially not necessarily Green Lantern, because he got gone really fast. So obviously he wasn't a powerful one.
Oh, he was cool though.
It was cool. It was very cool. But you know, that ring took off. Darkseid wanted to grab it, but it went away from him.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really cool to get a little Green Lantern going on there.
I can say it was a little disappointing. You know, I felt like they were hyping up, I don't know, maybe hyping up Green Lantern a bit more than they should have when that's what we got. But
so from what Zack said later on, he said that Warner Brothers, he wanted to actually do the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern in the movie. And that was actually going to be what Martian Manhunter was. So instead of Martian Manhunter, we would have got the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern.
Interesting.
He couldn't do it because of the fact that they have plans for the Green Lantern stuff with that show they're doing.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So they turned him down on that.
Okay. Gotcha.
Zeus, Ares, and Artemis looked amazing.
They were awesome.
So those actors right there, ripped as can be. I mean, to me, that was just a perfect scene with those gods just going against Darkseid and shutting him down like they did.
Mm-hmm. Going back to Darkseid, I feel like I would have loved to see more Darkseid in the film.
In the original scene, or just period?
I was expecting to see more Darkseid in this film than we actually got.
I
feel like what they gave us made sense.
Yeah.
It was the appropriate amount for having Steppenwolf as the big bad, but still setting up Darkseid for the next film, you know? That made a lot of sense. But, I still liked him. I thought he was awesome. It's just I was expecting to see a little bit more going into it than I actually did. But I think what we got was what made perfect sense for the film.
So what do you think here? And, of course, like I said, this is a god attacking a new god.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Ares can take his axe and throw it right through Darkseid's shoulder like that. And then later on in the film, we have, and we'll see it later here, we have the Superman scene where Steppenwolf tries to do the same thing to Cyborg, and then Superman steps in, and the axe does nothing.
It just shows you how powerful Superman is. I mean, the mother boxes in general, they feared Superman. They feared Kryptonians, so.
Yeah. Kryptonians and Lanterns, they said, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was the two. They said that there's no, Steph was told decide there's no Lanterns and no Kryptonians on this planet.
Jacob said, who would you rather win, Darkseid or Thanos?
I don't think we've seen Thanos or Darkseid do enough yet.
Yeah, that's true.
We've got to see Thanos do so much already. And the funny thing is, it's odd to say this, but Thanos was actually doing things for the good of the universe in his mind.
Yeah.
So in his mind, he was a good guy versus Darkseid. He's just evil as could be.
Yeah. It's weird because I actually sort of like Darkseid more. Like, I think he's a cooler character.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I definitely think Thanos will win, especially with the gauntlet, obviously, and the stones.
If he had that, yes.
Yes.
But with Darkseid, he's got those beams that he can just shoot out and then go whatever direction they want.
That's true. So I still think Thanos will win, though, if he had the gauntlet.
So, Jerry, I would love to know where the gods are right now. They didn't ever explain that a lot at all with why they're gone from existence right now. And I guess it's because the humans stopped believing in them.
Whatever happened to Ares again? I can't remember in Wonder Woman.
So that's a good point. Ares was in Wonder Woman, so she beat him. She defeated him. So
did he die? I can't remember.
I can't remember either. Guys, if y'all remember what happened with Ares in Wonder Woman. All right, so there you go. Like I said, the axe in the shoulder. He got carried off. This scene right here was hilarious. So Superman's fighting all the Justice League whenever he comes back from the dead, when they bring him back from the dead. And Flash is running, and of course Superman sees his speed, so he takes him basically and just throws him right into Aquaman, who was trying to attack. And Aquaman says, dude, what did you just do?
Yeah.
Poor little Flash. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Jacob says Ares did die.
Ares did die. Okay. Of course, he's a god, so he can come back, I guess. But
maybe, but I don't know. So that can make sense there. I don't really know, but yeah. Either way, they were really cool in the movie to see them like that.
I'm going to go right here next. This scene really bugged me. They're trying to save the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got a guy with super speed.
Yep.
And he even makes the comment, we could do this a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
So why didn't they? Why didn't they dig up this grave faster?
It's weird from the perspective of, we only have so much limited time. What are we waiting for? Yeah, I agree with that. But I also felt like they were trying to show, from the film perspective, a little bit of respect for Superman.
Respect for the grave?
Yeah, and wanted to take the time to dig him up.
Respect for the grave of somebody you're digging up to go and bring back to life.
I don't know. That's how I sort of looked at it.
And of course, this has to be one of the reshoots, most likely, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Let me see. Let me go this way first. So we got the tease here of the pregnancy test in the drawer for Lois.
Mm-hmm.
And in the future scene, we'll see here later that Superman, as he turns bad in the Injustice type scene or the dream sequence, you see a burnt Lois who is pregnant.
Yep.
So obviously, this pregnancy test is her saying maybe she's pregnant at the time.
She is pregnant right now. At the end of the film, we actually, whenever they're at, it's at the end. I just know that I think Batman like congratulates Superman, and that's what he meant because Lois was pregnant.
Whenever they're at the house and he gave it back to him from the bank,
which makes you think that like soon after is whenever the second film would happen into the Injustice type of thing.
Yeah,
which would have been pretty.
This scene bugged me too, and I know he was trying to get his memories back, so that's why he went back home. But again, they're just sitting there just taking so much time to love each other and hug each other when the world is being destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
That's another scene that just bugged the mess out of me for this movie. And there's not a lot of scenes in this movie that bug me.
Yeah.
But
so I would say, to sort of argue against that, number one, yes, you're right about getting his memories back. Number two, I don't think he knew like the severity of the situation.
Which is why he didn't fly straight to the scene. He went straight to Alfred instead.
Right. And because he was saying like, oh, I know they rose me out of the grave for something. I got to figure out what it is.
Yeah.
So he didn't really know how severe the situation actually was at the moment.
Yeah. Love this battle scene. And the first one, this was probably one of the better scenes before they actually got to Steppenwolf. As they're going through the city, and Aquaman rides the parademon down through the sky. Cyborg catches him and says, "My man." All this was amazing. Still, and even though Batman told them, "Hey, y'all go do your thing. Let me take out all the parademons myself," they still came to his rescue.
Right. And then Aquaman just jumps there somehow.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Flash must have walked him there or something somehow.
I don't know. It just made for a cool scene.
Yeah. So definitely that was, one of the greater scenes in the original Whedon cut there. But at the end is where it gets so much better when they're actually fighting Steppenwolf.
Mm-hmm. Completely.
So here's that axe scene where it just does nothing to Superman, and he's not impressed with that. And he freezes the axe and breaks it up.
Yep. Again, just showing his power.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I would have felt better had he caught it rather than it just sitting on his shoulder. Just me. Because Darkseid is an impressive figure in the universe as well. So
yeah, honestly, I can see your point about him catching it, because to me that just shows that he's being arrogant. He's being arrogant, like, oh, I can take this.
Yeah. Which again kind of points us back to the original Justice League, Joss Whedon's version, and the fact that Superman took him out all by himself, and you didn't even need the Justice League. So why was it even called a Justice League movie?
Yeah. Well, this one made more sense.
So much more.
Still, Superman could take him out himself.
Yeah.
But it was really the assembling of the Justice League in order to bring back Superman, and then having to deal with still fighting against Steppenwolf and trying to save the world while Superman's still trying to get his mind back. Yeah. And hopefully coming to the rescue, which still makes it the point of, okay, well, then now why do we need the Justice League as much? But you also got to think at the same time, Superman was there still whenever the boxes merged, right?
Right.
And the world was getting destroyed. So even though Superman was there, the world was still, about to get destroyed. So I don't know.
Well, the thing I like about this one so much more is the fact that you didn't have that weird plant that was growing across the whatever it was that was growing across that countryside. And you just had those random foreigners over there that Flash had to go run and save all over the place.
Yeah. And I'm glad they got rid of that scene.
Yes.
Because I was wondering, I was like, is that scene, because I remembered that scene. And I was like, is that scene going to show up? And instead, we got the cool scene of Flash coming and being the hero.
Yep.
And reversing time, which was really cool.
Yes, that was so important.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, Superman died. Because they couldn't split the box in time, Superman died.
Yeah.
And Cyborg died. Everybody died.
Everyone, yeah. Which is weird because I felt like it would turn them into parademons, not kill them. Because like how does how do parademons come into play?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because supposedly the mother boxes terraform the world and turn it into Apocalypse.
That's what I was thinking too. So I was like, okay, so why did they turn to dust instead of being parademons?
Yeah, that's another weird one.
Yeah. So that sort of made me question, but I don't really know the whole logic behind it.
Yeah. Again, they don't allow people to read these stories before they put them out in film form, I guess.
Mhm.
But here's that scene from the original where he's saving people versus
Yeah.
what he did in the new version where he actually turned back time. So that was so much better.
Yeah.
And you know, you make the goofball who's been a goofball the entire movie be the hero of the movie.
Yeah. And it was also cool to see his healing factor come into play.
Yeah, he did. He healed out a whole lot faster than he did last time.
Right. Which we know he can do since he's super speed, so he'll heal super fast.
What do you think about the? And I don't have a really good shot of it here, but the Darkseid and the Darkseid kind of coming out of that rock formation.
That was really weird. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah,
but it was very weird, and I didn't understand what caused that. What was the whole rock formation anyway? Like, was that a special type of like? What was that? You know?
yeah, I know. That was where he was putting the cubes into. Yeah, there. So, yeah, ZacJacDan and Zack Legend are related. That is my son. If you guys didn't know that. This scene was awesome. Superman cuts off the horn of Steppenwolf with his laser beam, or his eyes, whatever you want to call them. Now, what got me, though, is if a laser beam is going to cut something off, shouldn't that cauterize the wound? And he's sitting there gushing blood.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. I wouldn't look too much into that. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
This scene, you see into Apocalypse, and you see Darkseid with Darkseid and Granny Goodness there by his side, and all the parademons behind him. So had this portal opened up and had they come through, then Earth would have been devastated.
Not necessarily, because you still got to think the boxes were destroyed.
No, I'm saying if they didn't.
Oh, if the boxes weren't destroyed?
Yeah, if he'd actually come through the portal like he wanted to.
Hey, did Steppenwolf die in the original Justice League?
I don't know.
Because it was, I don't know, it was a really cool death scene in the Snyder Cut, you know, with his head, you know, with Wonder Woman chopping his head off and all that stuff.
While he was going through the portal, Wonder Woman chopping the head off as he goes, yeah, and then Darkseid crushing the head.
Yeah, which to me sort of resembled sort of the fact that Darkseid didn't care for Steppenwolf. You know, resembled the fact of, oh, he's sort of beneath me and just my pawn. You know what I mean? So I thought that was sort of a cool parallel.
So it says he did die. He was taken by the parademons because he had fear. Oh, okay, yeah. That's an interesting turn too then.
That is an interesting type of death scene, but I thought this was a cooler one.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Completely.
So looking at the McFarlane toys, right, and knowing that we're going to get the armored Darkseid, Darkseid had a bigger, he had a fairly large role in it. Should we go get a Darkseid figure as well?
I would love to see a Darkseid figure. I thought he was really cool in the film.
He did amazing.
I thought he was really cool. I would have liked to see some more from Granny Goodness too. Like she didn't have the line.
She didn't say anything.
No. But Darkseid was really awesome.
Now, notice in this scene, it says we're going to go stop them the old-fashioned way. So that was interesting to me because in the comics, I swore up and down that the way that they were able to boom from Earth to Earth was because of the mother boxes. So somehow they got some other kind of power to be able to boom or teleport from spot to spot. And I don't know how that is. They didn't explain that at all. So I'm not seeing that they'll do a Granny. I think that they could definitely do a Steppenwolf without his armor.
They could do a lot of Steppenwolf figures for McFarlane. I mean, you know, like I said, without his armor, with his horn chopped off, with the blue eyes, there's a lot of options there.
Yeah, those blue eyes were kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then we have our nightmare sequence here with the Kilowog dead there at the feet. You got him holding the cow. What else we got going on here?
Joker card.
The Joker car flying through there. Justice League sign there destroyed. I think Wonder Woman's shield's there. Aquaman's trident's there.
Because we know they are dead in the future.
Yeah. And we know Superman did it, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So that's really cool because I love the Injustice storyline where he kind of turns bad, which is it's sad, but it's good too.
But it's cool. But it makes for a cooler villain because Superman, he's this big, powerful being that basically he can be anybody. So to see him, take that turn, and because to me, overpowered superheroes make for a more boring film or a more boring story. But whenever they're the villain, and then you have to have sort of the ones that aren't as powerful sort of rise up to try to defeat this quote unquote villain, that you would think you couldn't defeat is a cool thing to sort of dive into.
So this was interesting. I didn't notice this originally in the when we was watching it, but this is actually in the Batcave.
Mm-hmm.
That Superman is holding the pregnant and burned up Lois.
Right.
So we don't know what happened. We assume what happened, that Batman might have done it, but also you got Darkseid's eyes glowing there like he might have done it. I don't know.
I don't think Darkseid. Well, I don't know. It's weird. For some reason, I still feel like Joker did it.
Yeah, because he was the one that did it in the original Injustice. So
I know that seems weird, and it completely changes around since we have Joker at the end. He's still alive. That changes the whole Injustice story.
Yeah.
But Batman didn't do it because the fact of Joker were saying that Batman let her die.
Yeah.
Meaning, I don't think obviously Batman. I don't think would kill Lois.
Yeah.
At least I wouldn't think so. So
especially since he knows since Flash went back in time and told him, "Hey, Lois is the key to everything."
Yeah, but it would make sense the Darkseid to do it. Since she's burned, that makes sense. I don't know.
So here's Flash in his future armor there.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of it, but if you're gonna have that in Batman versus Superman and that sort of scene, then it would make sense to bring that in.
So action figure
with the weird stuff that McFarlane does, they could do it.
Yeah, because he had a lot of scene there where he had it on in this one with that flashback scene.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, man! He could do the Batman in his nightmare outfit too. He hadn't done yet.
That too.
Got the Flash. You got the Mira figure.
Mira,
Deathstroke, and Joker.
Yeah.
Notice Joker's got all those badges on there, so I'm assuming that means he's killed all those officers. And I was with ManCave. ManCave said it himself earlier. I was not impressed by the way they filmed this particular scene, how he was just blurry for the majority of it. He was just rambling on, which is, of course, what Joker does. But this was my worst iteration of Joker I've ever seen on screen in anything I've ever seen.
Oh, it doesn't necessarily scream Joker for me, but I think it was cool that they pulled this version in for that.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely cool that they tied him back into it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was cool, him rambling on and stuff. I know it seemed like a little bit much, but like I said, that's sort of a Joker thing.
But he also talked about the fact that him and Batman are best friends, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah. It was weird because you had that weird dynamic. Like, Batman hates Joker deep down, but then there's also something that, like, I don't know. I feel like it explained a lot for what would sort of happen with this weird future, but it also sort of left some questions too.
It drives me nuts though. Like somebody else said, it was very brutal, and Wonder Woman's killing people, and Batman's killing people, and Superman's killing people. But yet, why are you not killing this horrible villain, the Joker?
Right. And I don't know why. I don't know if there's some reason behind it or not. That's what makes me think that Joker killed Lois, and Batman and them are trying to figure out, from Joker's perspective, what can we do to convince Joker to not kill Lois?
What's that with the stupid yellow gloves he had on?
Yeah, that was weird too.
I don't understand that one at all.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe if they can figure out what Joker's mind is thinking whenever, going into that stuff, then they can somehow go back and say something in order to, convince him to not go that path. But
maybe they're carrying him along with them so that Superman can kill him and then it'll be over.
Yeah, but with that, I don't think that would fix it.
Once it's gone so far, it's done, right?
Yeah, I don't think that would be the thing. I think they would definitely hand him over if that was the case.
So I'm upset that Amber Heard is done as Mira. I think she did a great role.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, that's very disappointing to me.
So she definitely deserves both the normal figure and this figure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that wouldn't be that hard to do. This one right here, of course, is another one that they filmed later on because Ben Affleck was skinny as can be in this role, in this scene.
Mm-hmm.
But you got your Martian Manhunter, like I said, basically took the place of what they wanted the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern to do, which they said they actually filmed a little bit of. So that's interesting. I like Martian Manhunter. It drives me nuts that he shows up here and says, "Hey, I'll help now." But as somebody on par with Superman's power, he didn't even go and try to help at all.
You would say on par with Superman's power?
Totally.
Really?
His only vulnerability is fire. So he's definitely right up there with Superman.
Yeah, but as soon as Darkseid lasers him.
Darkseid didn't even get to jump in, so.
I know. Yeah, I would have preferred to see Green Lantern, and if you tied in the Ryan Reynolds, Green Lantern, that would have, to me, put more of a close on that. It would have just been cool to tie that in, And
it actually might have gave some retribution to that franchise, that movie.
Yeah. I mean, you're ending the Snyder Cut franchise. Why not sort of tie it in and make it a cool cameo?
Yeah.
That would have been cool. To me, I felt like Martian Manhunter was forced.
Yeah, totally. Like when he walked out that door as Martha and turned into Martian Manhunter, I was like, what was the purpose of that?
There was no point in that. If they wanted to give us the end scene with Martian Manhunter, okay, fine. I don't think they needed this mid type of scene. To me, that just didn't make a whole lot of sense at all. But the end one, it would have been cool to see him show up. I just don't feel like he should have said what he said.
Yeah, I agree.
The aspect.
And again, we talked about the Ryan Reynolds. I never can see him doing that role. We talked about Thanos versus Darkseid already. And again, depending on if Thanos has the gauntlet, he could win. If he doesn't, I think Darkseid would win.
Yeah, I agree.
So, all right, let's jump into the other spoiler. If you guys hadn't seen it, and this is the last topic for tonight, is the Falcon and Winter Soldier, Episode 1. So, let's just talk about the fact that we did get a flashback scene of poor Bucky going and doing something evil as the Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got nightmares now due to it.
Yeah.
This scene was amazing. Very good choreographed.
Definitely cool.
So I really enjoyed that scene with Bucky as Winter Soldier. I like the way he looks with that mask on with the long hair, with his silver arm there. And of course, he also said his age. What did he say he was? 110? 110 years old, I think, whenever he went on his date.
Somewhere around there.
So he would actually get put in cryo freeze, I guess, whenever he went on his missions. And then poor guy, he sees this civilian in the background and he goes and kills him. So he's got that memory in his head of the fact that he killed a civilian, even though he was after all these other guys.
That is such a sad aspect.
Yes.
And the fact that he's hanging out with this guy's dad that he killed. Yeah. It's really sweet that he's doing that, and it's awesome. It's just such a sad, it's such a crazy backstory, and to realize that he probably killed other people too. All these other innocent people. That
he's got that list he's carrying around. So I think a lot of what he's doing, part of the list is part of the people that he accidentally killed, and the other part is just people that he shouldn't have been helping.
Maybe I think part of the list might be people that he wants to make amends with, and because the older guy that he's hanging out with, he's actually on the list.
Yeah, he's at the top of the list, I think.
He's on the second page. You can barely see it. I think.
So he's in therapy due to the fact that he's got these nightmares.
Yeah.
And I thought that was an interesting scene with him, dealing with it and him kind of her asking him a question, him being, frozen and not being able to answer it there because he's still actually thinking about the nightmare he just had.
Right. But obviously he doesn't want to be in therapy. I think
he does.
Part of the things for making him, be free, giving his pardon, is actually going to therapy.
Right.
So that's interesting. It's just really the big question is who gave him the pardon?
Yeah, I guess the government did, for that. I guess Cap probably talked him into it. Said, hey, he was brainwashed. It's not his fault. He was a soldier. He's one of us.
That's true, but was it Thunderbolt? No, it was Thunderbolt Ross.
Huh.
You know?
So very interesting. The old man threw him under the bus and made him go out on a date with this beautiful woman here. So that was cool. But then he completely lost it and walked out on the date due to the fact that he flashed back about the son again.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, I don't know. You think he'll be able to see her again, or you think that's it for her?
I definitely don't think he can keep a relationship.
No. Well, especially since he was lying the whole time. Why are you wearing the gloves? Why you got the jacket on? That kind of stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, try explaining that to somebody.
Yeah. Why do you got a cyborg arm, and how'd that happen?
Yeah, and obviously they don't know he's an Avenger.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So this first scene was spectacular, and of course, this shows you why this is technically a long movie that they're doing in 6 parts, because you have this kind of CGI that they can do in here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is awesome. Him chasing after this this soldier that Batroc the Leaper has kidnapped.
Yeah, it was such a cool scene.
Besides this and the flashback with the Winter Soldier, did you feel like it was a little slow and the backstories were kind of off?
The entire episode, to me, it was weird. Like, you're gonna have 6 episodes. Why are you gonna waste a whole episode on? I feel like, I don't want to say unnecessary backstory, but I want to say too much backstory that we don't necessarily need. I mean, it's cool to see it, but I feel like, you're going to have this whole episode of them doing their own thing. When's the actual story going to kick in?
Yeah, when they're going to get together. It's not like, how many episodes do we have of the WandaVision?
9.
So 3 more episodes, and, I still feel like there should have been more of them as well.
Yeah, so I don't know, it's weird. I didn't have an issue with it. I enjoyed seeing the backstory for both of them. That's awesome. But I felt like it wasn't completely necessary, and to me, that just, we still have to, first of all, get Bucky and Sam, back
together. Yeah, because Bucky is ignoring his text right now.
We have to get the whole Zemo thing going on, the whole introduction there. So it's just a whole lot of, I don't know. And I don't feel like we're going to get some crazy villain. I feel like the villain's really going to be the Flag Smashers that they're going to be going up against.
Which was that was actually another good scene, I thought, was the way that they, intertwine with each other to try to confuse people with those masks and everything. So that made a lot of sense for what that means.
Yeah. And I have a lot of questions for how the Flag Smashers really fit in. I feel like overall, another one of the other big villains is going to be, well, I shouldn't necessarily say big villains, but the government in general. That's going to play a big factor into it. And how that really goes, because I feel like they're probably trying to sabotage Sam at some extent.
Which is sad. They're the ones that talked him into giving the shield back.
It was so sad because literally whenever he gave him the shield, the same guy that told Sam that he was doing the right thing by giving the shield was the one that made the announcement that U.S. Agent was the new Cap.
And that guy, I don't have a picture, sorry guys, but that guy looks horrible in his outfit. He is not what we look at as Captain America. And why did he come in as Captain America and not U.S. Agent? That's the weird part.
I think, we're going to get the recognition of him as U.S. Agent later, but this is the government's Captain America.
So, Jacob, I'm excited to see every single Disney Plus show that they have announced.
Mm-hmm.
Kamala is another good one that'll be out there. I don't know what they're going to do with it, if she's going to be an Inhuman or not, if they're going to try to change that storyline. But we're definitely going to see Marvel Legends figures for all these guys, I think.
Yeah. I wouldn't say this at all. I know that we're going to be getting Falcon, Winter Soldier, Baron Zemo, and U.S. Agent.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else, but I think that's really what we're going to be getting to start with.
So this is the last shot I got, guys, of the show. And I just kind of want to talk, like you said, about the backstory and the fact that Falcon was gone for 5 years. He has no credit for the last 5 years, and he's trying to help save his family boat with his sister. And the bank, they recognize him as who he is, but then they're questioning, well, how do you make kind of money as an Avenger? What's going on here? I can't give you any kind of loan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a sad thing, to see, even though you got this power, you really have no power in the real world.
Yeah, and it's sad, and it brought up a good point of, how are these Avengers surviving? They're not getting income. How are they making it? And someone brought up a theory of, Black Panther providing them with money. I don't know.
That or Tony was.
Yeah, but so I don't know, or maybe they're just living in, roughing it. But yeah, one other thing I want to touch on, before we finish up talking about Falcon Winter Soldier, is about Torres, about the government agent that's sort of investigating with some of the Flag Smasher stuff and whatnot. So he, I believe, is supposed to be the new Falcon, quote unquote, or at least in the comics. Torres is, I think that's his name, right? Torres is basically someone that gets experimented on to become a Falcon and whatnot. So I don't know.
And that is after Falcon becomes
Captain America.
Captain America.
Right.
So then we have to have a new Falcon, and it actually is a bird, a mutated bird type person.
So I don't think it's hard for me to say because I don't know if they're going to go that route or not. It depends, because if you go sort of the Flag Smasher route, if you notice, some of the Flag Smashers had abilities.
That's true. That is true.
And I think they might have sort of a part in a new sort of super soldier type of experiment that they're going into.
Yeah.
And maybe they have like the next generation of super soldiers.
And so he'll join the Flag Smashers somehow and then go through some experiment. That's possible.
If they go that route, then I think so. If not, if he's just sticking with the government, then I think it more might be like government giving him a tech and trying to be the new Falcon.
Yeah.
In that sense.
All right. So that I definitely say this is good. I'm going to, at this point on episode 1, put it behind WandaVision so far.
Yeah. I mean, WandaVision was so unique. It's hard. There's completely different things. Obviously, action-wise, with the scenes we got in Falcon Winter Soldier, I think better than WandaVision. But overall, from what I've seen so far, WandaVision. But it's really your own personal preference with that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to congratulate Zach. He did hit 4.5K subscribers. So, guys, I appreciate all y'all's support this week. And I hit 7.5K. So, guys, I appreciate it again. Hopefully, we'll keep on growing with these channels. Hopefully, you guys will keep on supporting us and checking out our videos. We always appreciate it. We always appreciate y'all joining the stream with us, throwing in your comments. We love to talk about this stuff. It's very interesting to us. So we know it's interesting to y'all too. And guys, we will talk to you later.